accident. Freaking beetle. I got the triple collapse. Oh! Ah! Oh, Dinell, go to the fire thing. It teleports us.
I have my money back.
I trusted you! Trombone. This one is trombone. Yo, I got it! Yes! Let's go! Yeah! 24 hours done. 24 hours finished. Oh, time to beat 23 hours, 28 minutes. Oh my god! We did it! We did it! Oh my god! I couldn't have done it without you guys.
What the fuck up? Holy shit!
Wait, it went through? I gave him $50. Hey. Yo.
Hello there.
Nice. I was eating food and I'm late. I was like trying to get everything ready. Oh shit, here we go again. Yep. I'm all over the place.
Hello there.
Yo. I guess I should add Pokemon in the yo. I'm almost ready. So close. What she say? Come on. I'm so close to almost being ready to burst. Gonna burst. Let's go. Pokemon is in the more. I mean, you're not wrong. Let's write it down. Okay. Give me 10 seconds. 9. Oh. 8. 6. 5. 4.
Hello there.
Yo. What's up? I put my Switch in sleep mode. I'm so dumb. Whatever, I'm gonna do it later. It's the most unprepared I've been for a stream in a while.
Hello there.
But I am ready. I am not ready. I'm an idiot. I forgot something. Where's my face? Oh shit, my camera. I'm white. I'm too white. How you doing, Dinell, Timmy, Chris? Dinell, hope you're doing better. Timmy, I hope she responded. And Chris, I hope programming's going okay. Oh. Jesus.
Hello there.
Oh, there we go. She hasn't responded. No. Oh.
Hello there.
Hey, Timmy. Hell yeah, bro. Getting drunk. Thanks for the alert, bro. Enjoy. Enjoy the getting drunk. Yo, Phoenix, what's up? You look exceptionally human today. Thank you. Did you change the color of your username? It looks different for me. What'd you write in Japanese, Chris? Miteru? Bro, are you studying Japanese again? Imagine Timmy doesn't show all stream. It's funny you said that after he popped in. Nothing yet? She didn't respond. Check your Discord gallery. Check your Japanese, bro. I know my Japanese sucks. My Japanese sucks. But I hope y'all are doing well. Let me see. What's in Discord gallery?
Hello there.
We have the same amount of subscribers. Guys, go subscribe so we beat him. Ah! Oh, they don't see it. Wait. Look. He has too many. No. That's not good. Make alt accounts. Subscribe. Joking. Only kinda. Yo. How you doing, butter? What's up? Woo! Check me out on Insta. The site cannot be reached, bro. I don't know. Ping pong hair, where did it go? Hey, Prince, what's up? How you doing? She posted 3 more stories, bruh. I would wait a day and then maybe message her back. But, I don't know, man. Home slice. Enjoy, Jimmy. Bye-bye. It seems like she's ignoring or she forgot that you messaged her. It's just a matter of time. I gotta upload more on YouTube, bro. I'm gonna freaking go hell on it. Prince, we did a subathon and I had to shave my head. But it already grew back pretty well. I say you let it go. Liquid says let her go, Timmy. I don't know, man. Today we're playing a whole new game. Okay? Because of God Monkey Little Timmy. He wanted me to play this game. I've never played it before. She didn't look at it yet. I would message one more time, and if she doesn't look at the second snap, then just let it go. That's what I would do. Yeah, and try not to think too hard about it. That looks like Ragnarok Online. What? It literally looks like slime balls. Oh, wait. I need to get rid of this audio, bro. Sheesh. I don't need audio, right? Let me pause the music. Ah! Wait, is it gonna do that every time I alt tab? I really hope not. Alright. I'm gonna press new game. It says load game, but that's because my brother played. I've never played this game in my life. I want to be the regular one. Let's go adventure. Change your settings. It looks like it's lagging. Oh shit, really? It's not dropping any frames right now. But it does look laggy. What the heck? I'm looking at OBS. OBS is not showing any dropped frames. We'll see. We'll see. If it looks bad, we'll change settings. Maybe I'll see you, Liquid. Don't snap twice. I would say wait a day or two and then snap again. I wanted to get this game, but there's always other games that I want. Fair. Well, this is for free since my brother just got Xbox Game Pass, so I'll have to spot your dog. My dog? My dog is dead, bro. Oh, is it laggy for y'all? It's a little laggy? Okay, then I'll change it. Slime balls. I'll let myself out. Prince, how you doing, bro? All right, see ya, Ethan. Enjoy Walmarting. I'm gonna pass you in subs. I mean, what? It looks like a solid 22 frames, bro. Bro, what are you? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that first kanji is, bro. I'm guessing you're saying look at my phone. What did you send me? Hell yeah! You're drinking and watching me? Lol. He's drinking, what is that? IPA beer and watching. Let's go. It looks choppy. All right, master graphics. Let's go to default. All right. We're gonna go to default. Tell me how it looks now. Now it's good, yeah? Why is this game laggy, bro? It's literally slimes. Okay, I could suck things in. That's pretty hot. How does it look now? You need a beer too? Let's go, bro. Ultra? Nice. Still a bit choppy. Now it's good. Oh, you shoot slimes? Oh shit, bro. Come back here. If it's still a bit laggy. Yeah, it does look it's alright. I don't know, bro. Medium. I don't know, bro. Oh, okay. Let's go medium. Let's go. Well, I could use a controller. Whatever, fuck it. Hopefully the lighting will make it better. Oh, it's still a little choppy. I could see that, yeah. Did I just get a chicken? The hell? Try shooting it at the pink slime. Oh. He ate it. Holy shit. Now I got a plort. How can I send you a beer right now? I need to set that up. I need to set shit up so you guys could send me stuff. Set. Set to send beer and stuff. Because I think I could make that happen. That would be cool. I was maybe thinking of joining your server. Are you active frequently? Yeah, we're pretty active. I mean, I'm on Discord. I respond to every Discord within a day. Shoot a plort into the market to get cash. Oh shit. Oh, this is cool. That is not the market. Hell yeah. Do you need pointers? Nah, I'm good. I'm just thinking to change my settings because this is like, wait, this is gonna ruin my. Is this gonna ruin it? Yo, Nathan, what's up? Why, hello there. Does that look better, guy? Why is it so choppy? Ugh, that's so annoying. Where's the plort market? Oh, I know where it is. I'm a god. This game's kind of cool, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I plorted. I plorted. Where's my money? Huh? Can you guys tell me what happened? The hell, bro. Oh, I could scroll for this. That's not it. Shit, I ruined it. The song request command is a perfect way to show off someone's music taste. True. Speaking of which, if anyone wants to request music, I would guess you did the wrong side. Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Oh, it came back. Yeah, hella, bro. I don't think that's the market, actually. Oh, maybe here? Yo, Jared, what's up? I know, bro. I don't know why it looks so bad. It looks fine on my computer. I don't know, bro. Damn, what is that? 10-year-old Jared? What do I? How do I make it better? Go follow Jared if you aren't already. Alright.
Tommy, I will fucking fist fuck you, you piece of shit.
Did you end up fist fucking? The front on cam. It's not even that place. Oh. Bro, it should tell me where it is. You're back in LA? Hell yeah, bro. How's Mexico, bro? How was it? Bro, where's the market? Oh, wait. It literally shows the command for it. It shows the thing. This is the market. Let's go. All right, bro. Now what? Hey, now I'm gonna become a pro player. You weren't paying attention? I was. I'm trying to pay attention to chat too, okay? I'm sorry. You ever heard of Starset? I don't know if I have. So request it. Well, gotta delete that one. What's up, Jared? How was camping? Did you finish? You got your beer? Let's go. It was good. I tried some food that I couldn't try from last time. Hell yeah. Join VC if you need help. Bro, I'm a god player. Wait, how did I get another plort? The fuck? Press E. Oh, so I need to make money. BRB gotta take doggo out? Okay. Bing bong. Yo, what's up, Mook? How you doing? I just ate food, so I'm feeling pretty nice right now. What the hell is this? This is too much reading. I was a rancher. Nice talking to you. All right, bro. All right. All right, bro. That did nothing for me. Wait, give me. Wait, what if I feed it carrots? Eat the carrot, bro.
Hello there.
Eat another carrot. The hell is that? Oh, that's another plort. Hey, welcome back, Butter. Don't be sorry that you're back. How you doing, Moog? Hello, Grin, and then Stream Element says hi. Alright. There's a lot of plorts. There's a lot of things in here. Let's go. Give me them plorts. Gimme yourself. Oh, yeah. Oh, can I plant? Can I plant them? No. Okay. I thought it was Minecraft for a second. What the hell is that? The most common fruit? Alright, here. Eat it. Take a shit, bro. Ah! This is hard. Alright. 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 I gotta shoot that. Bro, he's not eating it. Oh, oops. Eat it. Eat it. Yes. Wait, I can't grab them. Oh, I maxed out. Guys, I maxed out. I have 20. No, get out of here. The hell, bro? This game's kind of cool. But I've decided what I'll be. Oh, I want to hear it too. Wait, what the hell is this? Huh? Are large slime hybrids formed when a slime eats a plort unlike its own. Oh. What the hell? Wait, what the hell? I could just hit fly. That's so dumb. All right. I need to go get my Moni back. Ah! Wait, could I die if I go in the water? Dinel 030 pickles? That's way too long, bro. Cute slime, right? Why is the one empty space? Maybe it was accident. All right, let's max out on plorts. Here, eat a carrot. Eat a carrot. Eat carrots! And give me all your plorts. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Eat a carrot. Oh shit, I made him eat carrot. Eat carrot! They're just standing there like idiots. Eat the carrot. Oh my god. Oh my god, you don't even deserve it. Whatever, let's go sell the shit we got. I thought it was cute. Hurts my eyes, fine. Maybe Danella pickles. I like that one. What's up, Nathan? Danella pickles. Oh, where did we get all this? They take a while to shit, I think. Alright, we could oh, we never got this one. We can't get it yet, I think. Oh my god, they're making so many. Wait. Where's our home base? Is there a map in this game? Bro, there's literally no map. That's dumb. You're too full? Yeah, I'm trying to get back. But there's like no map. I don't remember where I was. Oh my god. Why is the SOA game I bought so fucking good? Hell yeah, bro. I'm happy you're enjoying it. I don't know. I'll go read Discord messages now. I won't see messages here. Okay. You can only carry 4 things of 20. M for map. Oh, that makes sense. There's star set. Oh, wait. I don't need a map. I came from here. Let's go. Let's run. Bro, I'm already a pro player, bro. Alright. Let's go use the shit. Wait. Huh? Water tank. Jetpack. Holy shit. Power core. Tank boosters. Yes, I need a tank booster, bro. Let's get some money so I get... Wait, it's nighttime. Uh-oh. Wait, can you sleep in this game is kind of cool, actually. Alright, bro. Give me all the money. Give me money! You kill a level 20 monster at level 2? Nice. Oh, I can't do it with these. What the hell am I supposed to do with you? Is Jimmy and BK in your server? Yes. You can only carry... Press M. Alright, I'm gonna press M. Oh, it's a big map. Big map. Oh, it tells me. It tells me the price of all this stuff. I need to know what to do with pink slimes, though. Oh, wait. I think they told me in the game, and I wasn't paying attention. They said some... Can I keep them in here? I could probably just keep them in... Oh, I could keep them in here and then feed them shit. Oh, that's so smart, bro. Ah, okay. Move, move. Bro, I'm such a genius, bro. Oh, and I could make more things. Oh. Oh. Oh, I could make a garden. I'm gonna make a garden. Shoot a fruit. Oh! Wait. This is cool. You put the limes in the cage and feed food to get plorts. You can sleep in your house. Oh, there's no point. Oh, I could only do one at a time? That's dumb. How is this game? I like it so far. Oh, chicken. I like it. It's, I mean, this is my first time playing it, but... Chicken. Chicken. Oh, chicken. Wait, make babies. Make babies. Do you eat do chicken? Oh, shit. Do they hit me? The hell? Yo, do they eat? Do you eat? Bruh. Alright. Oh, look how many carrots are growing already. Damn. This is sick. By the way, I watched your Pokemon video. I liked it. It was very cool. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it, bro. There's gonna be more Pokemon videos. Oh, coming out. And tomorrow we're gonna start a Nuzlocke. So that should be fun as well. Sorry if I'm a little slow to talk to you guys. I'm just really sus. I'm a woman? Damn, she's cute. Oh, I slept for a year. This is cool. Yeah, sorry if I'm not talking that much right now. I'm just checking out all this, you know, this is a new game for me. It's pretty cool. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Sus? Bro, question. What's up, bro? I got an answer for every question. Even if they're not good answers. Alright. I might want to save up for that thing later. Oh. Look at all these sexy plorts. Eat! Eat! I'm gonna get all that shit back later. Wait, can I already get this? No way, bro. They already grew? That's fast. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing, bro? You're there. Okay. Wait, what? What's that? When did I get this one? Didn't I They went into my chicken? They killed my chicken. I'm so confused, bro. Do I need to add a roof? What's going on? Do the pics we take of you save? No. I tried to find a way to make them save. I'm gonna try to. Pics save stream. I tried to in the past and I couldn't. I'll try again. I think I have to talk to like programmers and they'll help me figure it out. Yo, what's up, Nathan? I hope Oh wait, I think my color changed because someone gifted me 1 month sub. Hey, let's go. I don't know if it works like that. What are the birds and the bees? Usually when people talk about birds and bees, oh, it just grows forever? Oh shit. Oh, that's cool. Usually when people talk about birds and bees, they're talking about sex. Eat. I don't know. Let me make that money, bro. Wait, why can't I pick that up? Oh, there we go. Move. Give me the plorts. Oh, I picked up all the plorts. Eat. Wait, can I pick up more plorts? I can't. Oh, you can only have one of each. Interesting. This game's cool. Birds and the bees. Yeah, usually it refers to sex suit. Okay, so it looks like the more you pay, the price goes down, maybe? Because right now it says 9. I only get 9 per purple port. Oh! It tells me all this stuff. Alright, so I think we're gonna go exploring. Let's just pick up the rest of these plorts. Because we could use plorts to feed... Chicken! Why is chicken here, bro? I thought... Stay. Anyway, let's just pick up the rest of the plorts. Oh my god. I could see why it lags sometimes now. Does it look decent, by the way, guys? Oh. In terms of, like, FPS and stuff. Is it annoying, or is it okay? Alright. Let's sell all these plorts. You can see? Okay. Birds and Bees is about the underground war that occurred in 47 between the Nazu bird people and Itza the bee people. Bro, why you gotta tell him, bro? It's a secret. The police are about to raid your gang. Oh! Go. I'll be here. Picking up some slimes. Stay every night. Let's go. Oh my god. Is there even worth getting a farm, bro? Look at all this. So easy to pick them up. Moonlight. Better than Mexico. Janelle's telling the truth. That's the truth that you're not supposed to hear. I already have enough carrots. I want to add all these slimes back to my farm. Everybody's... What the hell is this? The hell is that, bro? It's like a baby bird. Everybody's feeling warm and bright. I'm not picking them up anymore. Everybody... I need to get a jetpack. Later on it is? Oh, okay. Alright, that's what it was, Dinell. Aww. Oh, the birds and the bees? Yeah. Something blood related. Yes. I suppose so. Bro, they keep going down in price. But it still costs money. Alright, we're gonna get our other stuff. I just want to put all these guys in here. Go have fun, baby. Have fun. Oh, I have mana. I just realized. And health. Eat. Become strong and healthy and shit out some eggs for me to sell on the black market. Dancing. It's like Bitcoin. Oh. Bro, I wish this game was like Bitcoin, bro. I would be a billionaire right now. And I just started. Alright, I'm starting to get used to the layout. Almost every night. Let's pick up shit we don't have. We can't pick this one up, bro, which kind of sucks. Everybody's dancing like the moonlight. We need to find the gray shits. Is this a present? The hell? Huh? Where'd it go? Oh. The hell? Oh, maybe I need to bring this back home. Slime coin! If I ever got bitcoins, I would make it slime coin. I told you I create characters and stories. You did. What about me? I don't. What do I create? I create wholesome streams. I used to make music. Not professionally or anything, but I thought that said the ghetto. Yo, Gumma Ben the Koto boy. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I used to write. I was trying to write a book a while ago, but that was years ago. I have a lot of things I want to do in life, and I'm pretty confident that I will get those things done. You know, I'm waiting. Oh shit. The hell? Collectible decorations. Oh. Oh. That's cute. Like a Flappy Bird. I'm always good. I'm a robot. Hey, Stream Elements. Because he said, what about you? Stream Elements heard it. Most people don't get to see that side of Stream Elements. What else? What do I do? I don't know, man. Why doesn't it pick up? This song sounds nice. Is this the star one that you requested? I like it. We got a chickadoo. We got a chick. Easier than real life. Oh, I can't pick the... Oh, shit! I just shot it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, there it is. When PP doesn't read your message. Wait, did I not? I want to make a word that is... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. I want to make a word that is called Birds and the Bees. Do it, bro. Birds versus bees. Wouldn't bees win? Chaos and Disorder by Prince. The Star Set song ended a while ago, my god. Oh, my bad. I didn't even pay attention. I apologize. What the hell could I do with this? Like, could I break it? Can it die? No. What if I shoot shit at it? No, doesn't matter. Yo, you want fruit, bro? Oh, he ate fruit. Is he gonna shit? Yo, he shits! He shits icicles. Oh, wait. Let me give you more. What the hell? Eat. Do they eat their shit? They don't eat their shit. Eat. Yes. No, stop it! I need to get more food, bro. The hell is this? Oh! Chicken, baby chicken. Baby chicken, baby chicken! I'm so distracted by this game, bro. It's so good. Oh. Me when I go to Baskin Robbins. I rarely ever go. Yeah, I don't even go to Baskin Robbins. Wait, I gotta get back to my base, bro. Thanks for the applause. How you doing, random? How you doing? Oh, I don't have stamina to run. Oh. Yo, what's up, Ow? What's up? Whoa. Bro, there's too much to explore. What's up, Asta? I have Sinatra cuddling up next to you. Yo, let's go. Tacos. I had tacos today for dinner, too. We still don't know where Scooter is. That sucks. But it's great that you're chilling, bro. No. Come here. You're doing well. Guess what? Chicken butt? What's up, random? You ever played this game? It's a cool game. Goodbye. Oh. Okay. Bye-bye, random.
See you next time.
Is that really what you want to tell me, bro? I like this song, though. This song's nice. Bro, they keep eating the chicken. Stop eating the chicken. Come in here. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. What did do they eat chicken? The chickadoos? Do they eat this? I guess not. Alright. Here, live in here for now. I don't know what the hell you do, but yeah. I need more food. I need more food. Alright, get out of here. You had tacos too yesterday? Everyone's having tacos. You play Slime Rancher? Nice. Pink slimes eat anything, everything, but they have to be hungry. What did that sound like an Xbox notification? Oh, gotcha. The pink plorts give like no money though. Let's see Rockport. Rockport! What? Huh? Did I just put a chicken in there? Oh no, it's right here. I have to see what I could feed everyone. But before that, I need to do more shit. What is this? Help me out. Oh, we have side quests. Oh, that's cool. I like this game. There's so much to do. Slime Rancher, Goop Tender, Muck Ranger, Sludge Farmer. What's the moves for today? The moves is playing some Slime Rancher. And then after some Slime Rancher, I'm not sure. I think we might skip Poke MMO today and go for community games. I think it's going to be a community game night. It's a Sunday, you know? Monday's coming up tomorrow. We got a community game. Oh, I want to use the jet. I want to have more shit. So let's get this Tank Brewster. So now we could fill up more shit and bring it back. Let's go. It's already Sunday? I think so. Play Garlic? Yeah, I think we will play Garlic. Whoa, at nighttime there's like weird ones. They have wings? Come here. I'm gonna suck you all. Yeah, get in here. Oh, one of the... It ran away. Oh. Oh, I can't get carrots. Get out of here, pink slimes. No one cares about you. Oh, I should have fed the carrots to... Shit. I should have fed the carrots to the phosphor slime. Here. Carrot. Carrot! Carrot. Eat the carrot! Oh my god, just come in here. Gimme. Gimme. Oh, I just found a really good way to get this stuff. I just found a good way. If I have no space in my inventory, I can't pick up the other ones. That's mad smart. You can see what they eat in their bio when you go to your house, but you can only see their slime's bio when you already sucked them and you're gone. You can see what they eat if you look at the top left. Oh yeah, it's top right. My camera is blocking it. I think it's when I hover over them. Oh, these eat everything too. Carrot. Eat it. The hell are you doing, bro? Chill. Carrot. Wait, shit. Eat the carrots. I need to pick up the shit you shit out, bro. Where did it go? Oh, he's probably not hungry anymore. Hey, you're not eating it. You. Ah! Eat a carrot. Here, eat a carrot. Eat the carrot. Oh my god. Eat the carrot. Bro, they're so dumb. Oh. They don't eat carrots. Let's go. Alright, there you are. Here, I got a carrot for you. Bro. What? They're just hitting each other. They're idiots. I think they're not hungry. I think that's what that means. We gotta get the hungry ones, bro. I have carrots. Oh, more carrots. I have carrots. Damn, that shit is hard to grab. That's what she said. I don't know. This is pretty cool. How's everyone doing though? Sorry if I'm too concentrated on this game. Yes. All right. Yo. Yes, you shat. You shat. Wait, how am I gonna eat that? Yes. Come here. Yes. Get out. I don't care. I need to get the oh my god. I need to get this shit. Oh, they eat it and become big. I need to get those. I think I'll get them in the morning after I sell all this stuff. You can mix slimes? Yeah, that I figured out, but thank you. You mostly cleaned? Oh, that's good. I actually need to clean. I haven't cleaned in a while. Clean is good. Now you're just chilling with Sinatra. Made some bread. It's so funny. Like, even though I ate already, I'm still like, ah! Would I die if I went there? I'm still kind of hungry. I feel like wearing a jacket. Oh. Let's go. Bro. My hands feel so weird. I went to the cemetery today, actually. Wait, did you make bread from scratch? That's actually pretty cool. If you did. Okay. I like this song. All right, we got quite some good things here. Oh, look at all this shit. Yes. We're just eating up everything. Oh, what's that? Ah, I'm losing life. Give me carrot. Get out. Give me carrot. Carrot? Carrot. Bro, this game has so much. Gimme. Gimme. Yes. We could make a farm of all these guys. Move. I don't care about you. Gimme. This is too addicting, bro. Water? Fire, earth, air. A long time ago, the three elements lived together in harmony. But then Ping Pong Masters attacked. Alright, let's go back. Just wiped 20 of PD. Damn, you took out 20 police officers? Did you put butter on the bread? You made it from scratch? Oh, that's sick. Goodbye, and don't forget the water is slime's enemy. And don't let mixed slimes eat other slimes' plort. Because then they transform, right? Alright, I need to get back home. See you, random. I'll come back for community games. Alright, see you. Bye-bye. I had a buttered roll as a side dish. Of course. You have butter with everything. One thing before I leave, not every slime's your friend. Yeah, they hit me. Don't tell me, though. I want to explore the game. But thank you. I can send you a pic of Sinatra. Yeah, do it. I wish my name had a verb. Doctored. Doctored is a thing. Damn it. I can't pick up anything else. Are you going to change your name too, Doctor? Oh! Come here. Are you going to change your name too, Doctor? This is such a chill game if I was talking to someone, I feel like. Like, well, once I get decent enough at it. I think I need a jetpack for that. Come here. Yes. Oh, shit! No, huh? They could climb out? Holy shit. Oh, no. Wait, do they have roofs? Can I add a roof? Damn it. Nobody has taken the name Doctor for sure. Oh, good point. I mean, I actually like Joctor. I think I liked Dr. Gur more, but I like Joctor. I loaded into the server, drove to our block, and shot 5 cops, then server crashed. That's funny. Yeah, he's playing RP, a role play. Alright, what the hell? Wait, they got away. Shit. This is so bad, bro. What am I supposed to do? There's too many of them. Oh. Alright. I need to make another holder for them, I guess. Corral. A happy slime makes for a happy rancher. You can't. So put it in storage. A silo. What's a silo again? No, I don't have enough for this. Ooh. Oh, I get good gifts if I do the mission. I hated my old name. Long before I met you, I was just too lazy to change it. Really? Why'd you hate it? Out of curiosity. Ugh. Oh yeah, I'm so dumb. I could pink plort it. Forgot about pink plorting it. Check out my latest video. Don't. We're gonna have another latest video. Did they eat the carrots? No, if it's underground, I can't pick it up, I think. Actually, never mind. Give me the plorts. Damn, I have too many of them, bro. This is like a disease. They're gonna go everywhere. So I wonder why they're coming out. Is it like... Oh. Oh, high walls. Oh. Oh, you dumbasses. Come here. Oh, yes. You're all going back in, bitches. You thought you could escape me? You're going back in. You thought you could escape. Oh, this is cool, bro. All right, come in here. The chaos that's going on right now. That's the reason you don't like your name? Oh, yes, flaming. What's flaming? Oh, because people... I feel like you didn't change your name much, though. Alright, these guys give shitty stuff. You're pretty much worthless, but you're gonna stay in there. Oh, they're gonna... I'm so dumb. They're gonna escape. I need more money. I think I'm gonna have to feed them, sell all this shit, so I could, oh my god. So I could, plort. Give me the plorts. Plorts. I sucked them up by accident, too. Stay there. No! Oh shit, he just got out. Wait, how are they getting out? Oh, it's because I'm hitting them. I'm so dumb. Alright, go back in there. Dr. Gur was a great name. Yeah, I liked it too. I did it, but I need to go since my sister wants to do crafts. Okay. Enjoy the crafts. This is Sinatra. Hey, Sinatra kind of cute. Kind of cute. I'm just going to say kind of, though. Gonna say kind of. Let's do this. Gonna go, be back later. All right, see you, Phoenix. Yeah, I feel like this game I'm so concentrated on, so it's harder to talk to y'all. I apologize. But, you know, it's a fun game, and hopefully y'all just chilling, you know? I need 50 more. Should I... You know what? Here, eat. Eat. I'm gonna give them shit. I know an easy fix. Mute the chat. Nah. You know, I hope you guys are having fun, you know? I need one more different thing here. If I have one more different thing, we should be good. Oh, carrots. There we go. Oh no, that's another Pago fruit. Ow! You fascist. Here, eat this. Eat. Yes! He ate. Shake. Take a shit. Take a shit. Take, bro. There you go. Yes. He took a shit. Okay, let's go back now. So what I want to do now is basically make a spot for these nighttime crawlers. But I also want to make sure they don't run away. Rockport gives me a lot of money though, which is good. So we should be Gucci. I wish I had more stamina though, IRL and in this game. What did I just do that for? Okay. We're gonna do that. I should have kept one Rockport. I'm dumb. So it's easier to pick up for stuff, but it's fine. We're gonna have these two here, and then we're gonna come here. We're gonna give high walls. There we go. No, I gave it to the hens, bro. I'm such a dumbass. Whatever. I mean, hens will be useful later. Shit, I'm actually a dumbass. I can't put these guys here. Okay, they're just gonna have to stay with me for now. I'll leave that there. We'll pick that up later. Let's go exploring again. We need more money. We don't have any money. Money, money, money. I need money. I also need the berries to do the quest. If anyone sees berries, let me know. Ooh, what's that? We got more rocks. Rocks are nice. Rocks are like cocks. They're pretty nice. Okay. Dash boots. View the upgrade shop to purchase. Ooh, I might need those. I feel like I move too slow right now. Alright. Oh, a lot of them are turning big too because they're eating each other's shit. Oh, these berries are not ready. Oh, here's one. Okay. We never got this. Oh, hens. I kind of want a hen. Bro. Wait, we need hens. Let's pick them up. Past is gone in their mind, dust down. Oh, and tells me this is a pogo. I just realized that the game tells me what everything is. I'm so dumb. Cute tabby. Right? It's mad cute. It has a nice smile. I'm gonna join the Discord if anyone wants to talk. Where it comes and where it goes. I don't like that switching out of the game pulls me out of it. Oh. But it's okay. Don't worry, I'll be happy. Don't worry, be happy now. Alright, so we could put the hens back.
I was hoping there's a way to fix that where you don't, where it doesn't take you out of it.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, go in your settings.
If I don't
And
press full screen?
You gotta change it from full screen to something else.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep, that was good. Thank you. I always forget that. Oh, no, chicken. I like this. I like games where you collect stuff and, like, you have to progress. Like, I like that a lot.
Yeah, I suggest you get what's it called? A storage thing. That would help
A
you a lot.
silo?
Yeah, silo. Also,
Oh.
sleeping makes your food grow and your animals eat and poop.
Oh, they're not animals, okay? They're slimes. Don't be so mean.
Slimes.
Yeah. I need to get 8 of the freaking heart berries. Wrong song. Oh, you didn't want to put that song? Oh, that was a good song. Or you just put it so many times. Sing with me, sing for the years, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears. I don't worry. Alright, so this is my plan now. The plan is to get enough money to have phosphor slimes and tabby slimes just chilling, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're not chilling. We gotta make sure they are. So I'm gonna add it here, maybe. And like over there. I keep pressing the caps lock. And then after that, I want to upgrade my own character and the shit that he has. Also, I want to do the quest. So when it becomes nighttime, I think I'm gonna.
Well, you got the quest still already working?
Uh huh. Woo! What's up? What's up, Nathan? Yes, the carrots are good. Oh, but I have stupid slimes. The regular ones kind of suck. They don't give me enough money and stuff.
Yeah, do you have any questions? I don't mind helping you.
All right.
I
I'm
just
in.
might have to dip in every once in a while.
Okay. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm just chilling, collecting stuff. If you feel like I'm doing something that's a waste of time or that I could do better, I guess let me know. But all right, we gotta go get the more unique animals that shit out crazy shit. What? Minecraft? Minecart, I mean? Minecart? What about minecarts? I love this song. Oh shit, bro. You gonna sing? Oh, eat the
No.
carrot.
Things gonna kill you.
It's not gonna kill me, bro. It does like 5 damage. But it's not eating a carrot.
It's too full.
How do you know if it's full or not?
His mouth will be wide open.
Wait, that means it's full?
Mm-hmm.
That's so dumb. If your mouth is open, it should mean you're hungry. This game's dumb, bro. Oh, never mind. He looks hungry. Eat. Eat. Yes. Oh, multiple? They could eat multiple. Shit. Take a shit. Ah. Bro, he ate and then he didn't take a shit. How much do I have
Someone
to
else
feed
ate it.
him?
You don't have to feed him one. Someone else ate that one.
Eat. Bro, you a big boy. You, get away. Eat
Big
it.
boy.
Get away. Let him eat it. Oh my god. Bro, he's dumb, bro. He's dumb. Just eat. Minecraft these nuts in your mouth. Does that even make sense? Woo! Woo. Oh, you guys said woo because of the song. I just got that. Hey, you guys got hey, you know what? We're gonna just take you home. All right? I don't know if I feel like I'm a genius now. I'm gonna take him home so that I could just feed him. But I can't put him in with all the others. So here, eat the carrot. Eat the. Oh my god, bro, it's so annoying. Not you. Where's the big boy? Oh, there he is.
Ouch.
Eat carrot. Jeez. Can you isolate it? Can I isolate what? Here's the plorts. I'll save them there for later. Give me the special rock. All right, bro. This guy gotta chill, bro. Okay. Wait. I didn't finish the quest. No, you have to do it fast enough? Oh, that's
You had to
annoying.
do it within the timer.
There's a time. Oh, I just realized the timer. No, I wasted all my. Oh, hey.
You can do that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Be happy now.
Your slimes are hungry, by the way.
Do they die if I don't feed them?
They'll turn into tar slimes, which will eat any other slime that you have near them.
Oh, I didn't know that. All right, come in here. I have too many, bro. I don't need this many.
No, you don't. You're gonna start shooting them off the edge.
Whee!
That's what I did with all mine. Because eventually, once you get high enough, you make so many different combinations that it just stops being worth it. So you throw them off the edge and make
Oh,
new ones.
gotcha. Oh, chicken. What does that say? Can I add chicken to chicken?
No, you cannot breed chickens. You can put them in a chicken coop and they'll breed there, but that's the only place.
Oh. Can I put stony hen with the other? Can I put the horny ones with the regular ones?
Yeah, it won't do anything different.
Okay. And what are... Yo, what's up, Bean? How you doing? Okay, I need to buy, storage. I want a storage. I want a silo. How you doing? Yo! With the smile on your face. Oh, because if I get enough of these and I have a silo, then I don't need them anymore. Oh.
You can store anything in a silo.
Okay, cool. Yes, I got a silo. Huh? Oh, everything is shooting. Great. Okay, you're gonna be in there. Hey, come back, come back. Oh. Huh? Wait, why is it coming out?
Can you not put the slimes in there?
Oh.
You might not be able to.
I can't put them.
Oh.
Oh.
You just have to make new things for him.
Okay, it's okay. How's everyone hanging? We're just chilling. We're gonna play some community games later, but I'm playing Slime Rancher. Because of God Monkey. Timmy. Give me the Timmy Turner, yeah. Wait, no, chicken, go back in. This looks funny. Go in! Bro, wait, do slimes eat chicken?
Some do.
Why can't I pick up this plort? Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess the ones that eat anything do. Alright. Give me your plorts. Oof. There we go. I was napping, but trying not to sleep again. Nice. That's my favorite Gorillaz song. Nice. You could put music if you'd like as well, Bean. Is that Timmy in VC? It is, in fact, Timmy in VC. Where's my silo? Where'd I put it? Oh, there it is. Alright, I'm just gonna put plorts in here. I don't know if I'm gonna need them later on. Oh, silos have a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought it was Janelle. Everyone thinks Timmy and Janelle are the same person. Oh, gimme. Eat. Yes. Come here. Yes. Gimme. I feel like I don't need to grow the regular slimes. They're so common. I'm just gonna let them turn into tar. I don't think we sound alike. I think you guys sound a bit similar sometimes. But yeah, generally I could differentiate the two of you. Oh. Oh! The hell is that? Oh, this is the tar. Ah!
Yeah.
Oh! Can I suck them
The
up?
only way to kill it is with water.
Can I suck them up?
You can grab them and throw them.
Yeah, but that doesn't really do anything, right? Bro. Alright, I'm gonna bring you. You're coming home. You fly. You're different than the others. Yo, they look scary, bro. What the hell? Alright. Janelle sounds usually louder, or that's my voice settings. Yeah, it's probably your voice settings. Oh, there's more glowy ones. Wait. They probably only glow in the daytime, right? Here, you stay there. Oh, I could throw them far.
They glow anyway.
Oh. Come here. Not you. Come here. Yes. Let me eat you. What's that supposed to mean?
Your best bet for beginning would be Tabby and the glowy slimes mixed together.
I want to separate them first, though.
But yeah, you also need a tall cage with a net.
What happened to all the chicken? They died. God damn it. I shouldn't have made the chicken thing.
Something ate them, probably.
Yeah.
I thought I was being pulled over.
Alright, come eat this. Hello? Eat, you hungry, right? Nothing? Lol. Alright, take a shit, take a shit. Let's go! What is this? Wait, I gotta figure out what this is. Where's my silo? Oh, it's right here. Alright, let's shoot this shit. We're gonna put some plorts in there. So we have space to take whatever this is. Oh, this is a phosphor plort. Oh, those are worth a lot of money. No one is calling. Okay. If we fall asleep, everything grows, right? Oh, this is a mad chill song. This game is so cute. Yeah, it is. I've never seen it played either until I started. Okay, what can I do here? Oh, there's tutorials. Slimes. Resources. Favored by Rock Slime. Okay. Ranch. World. This is like Minecraft, but better. What's the best way to trigger half of chat? This is like Minecraft, but better. Alright, we need to make another corral. Well, they're so expensive. I'm gonna take one of you and eat. Eat! There you go. Yes! No, no, no! Come back in here. Give me that. Don't eat other people's shit, guys. Alright? Always eat your own. Oh yeah, I could transform them by giving them other plorts, right? Do I want to do that? What's that supposed to mean, PP? I don't know. I just say weird stuff. Oh, you're always curious about this game.
I got different real quick.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. This is my first time playing it. I want to see what happens if I give them this. I kind of want to give them it. Oh. Oh, that's when they become big ones. Big boys. Oh, it could almost fly out. Holy shit. Alright, that's not good. We need to make more money, so this is what we're gonna do. You idiot! Here. Eat. Eat. There you go. Eat. Take a shit. Take a shit. Take a shit. Oh, yeah, that was hot. Okay. We need to get...
Hello?
Hey, thanks for the 20 bits. And what's up, gamer? How you doing? There, gorilla. Very nice. Maybe you're just bad at Minecraft. Oh, with the Minecraft thing? Maybe I am bad at Minecraft, but I like this. You're doing fine? Okay, 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 boomer. That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. You should be doing amazing like me. Just kidding, I don't know. Alright, we gotta put the farts in here. We gotta make more money, bro. We have no money. Life is all about making money. Thanks for the 20 bits. Huh. Gamer on Fortnite. Fortnite! Thank you, Nathan. What is this? Whoa, the lab. What was that? Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Alright, let's go to sleep in the game. I said arriba. Oh. I bought a cactus for you. Bro, they're saying all this stuff. I don't see any of this stuff. 200 IQ move. Nice. Nice. All right. Let's get our chicken. This is not even chicken, bro. Get our carrots in here. So now the thing here that I screwed up that I should have been doing was I gotta give carrots to these guys. Eat the carrot. Stop. Damn it. My carrots. Oh shit. Hey, come here, chicken. No, they ate the chicken and they shattered him out. I need to make more money in this game. Oh. I think what my plan is right now is to collect as many fruits and carrots I can so that I could go back. Whoa, what the hell are these? I lied. I don't care anymore. We're going to pick these up.
What, the blue ones?
Yeah.
Blue rocks?
Blue rocks indeed. I'm wasting so many carrots, but I want to rock slimes. Oh. Oof. How didn't I pick these guys up yet? Come on. Someone give me a random cat breed. Maine Coon? Huh? That sounds like a slur. Shit, there's a lot of food here. I need to get my food back, but they're all gonna eat. Ow! They're all gonna eat it and turn into the big guys. Shit. Wait, that's not good. Yes, give me more of you. I need more special. Oh, bro, some of the chicken look mad crazy. Here, give me that. Feel good. Come here, come here. There we go. We're gonna make a lot of money, baby. Not really.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. I don't think it'll be a lot, but I don't know any cat breeds. But they got you, so that's good.
Tabby.
Cabby?
Tabby.
Tabby? Is that a cat breed?
I think so.
Oh, I'll use them all. Oh. What are you doing, Butter? What are you doing, Step Butter? What? Doesn't even make sense. All right, it's going carrots. Let's. Oh, this is where I could get better shit. Na 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 na. I kind of want to feed them, but I need to make money right now. So.
You can make an auto feeder too.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, if you go up to the plot where they are, you can upgrade the plot and add things to it.
Yeah, I
Like
added it before, but I didn't.
Music and
Oh,
shit.
I see it now. Oh.
You can add auto plort collector.
I see. Oh.
You can basically make your whole thing automated.
That's
And then you can get drones that do shit for you too.
I like that. That's cool. Okay. I need more money. I want to make the rocks. Rocks like as hard as my cock. Sorry, bad joke.
I'm gonna make big rock slimes.
Well, I just want some of my slimes to be protected, but I need high walls for the flying ones, right? Or could they still fly out? Do I need nets for them?
Yeah.
Oh, so much. All right. Oh, that's annoying. All right, I'm gonna go get one type of food and then feed them. Working on the starting screen. Let's go. I'm excited to see how it'll look. I gotta hire Butter to make me stuff. That would be cool. When I have money. Which is never. Just kidding.
Never.
Never.
Ever.
Never have I ever.
Bro, I hate that shit.
Never have I ever played Slime Rancher 2. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Do and your mom. Do. That song is so dumb. We're gonna figure out which one costs more right now, and we're gonna feed them. So we got the rocks, the cocks, and the phosphorus. So it looks like the phosphorus costs I could get the most money out of them. So gonna put one here and give him a fruit. Eat. Eat.
Might not be fruit, it might be vegetables.
No, he eats fruit.
Then he's not hungry.
Is that fruit? He eats fruits. Here, eat fruit.
Oh.
Eat fruit.
Oh.
Eat fruit.
Mm.
Yes, keep taking a shit. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I need this. Wait.
What is it trying to fly away?
No, no! I didn't want him to eat it. Get out of it. No, he ate it. No, he didn't. Okay, good. No, I was trying to make certain stuff. He's not eating. No, no, give me. Now he was trying to fly away. All right. Eat. Eat.
He just shot fucking floored at him.
Yep. What's up, Nathan? Eat. No! No! The buttons are so confusing. Eat! Oh, they're so annoying, bro. Alright, come here. Come here. I only got one. Wait, I should have two. Why do I only have one? Did I screw something up? I need more space, bro, for my shit. You know how to connect Switch to mobile so I can stream SAO game? Switch to mobile? I have no idea how you could do that. Oh, here's the other one. Hey! Oh, why'd you eat it, you fascist? I keep getting mail, bro. I don't care about no mail right now. Do I look like a mailman?
Storyline.
Well, I don't care right now. I'm trying to do my farm, bro. 350. Oh, that's so much. All right, I need to get.
Want me to follow them?
How you stream Switch games? I do it on desktop. I don't know if you could do it on mobile. I have the Switch connected to the monitor. That's pretty much it. And then I just stream through OBS on desktop.
Hold on. No, fuck. Cannot drive.
Oh, heartbeat. Ah, heartbeat. It sounds like heartbeat. That's actually pretty funny. I'm gonna get all the plorts. I think we're gonna need to get some more money. No! I'm dumb. All right. What is that sound, bro? Ah! Why am I so dumb? There we go. They didn't make any plorts? Oh, they're all hungry. You'll need a computer and a capture card. You don't need a capture card for Switch. As you could just hook it up and then OBS capture that monitor. Wait, no, I'm dumb. You do need a capture card, yeah. What is this song? Alright. We have 420. Let's go. OBS is free. Capture card is like $200-$300. Oh, this is just the beginning of the song. Okay. Wait, it says AirNet takes a few hits. Do I have to get like a couple of them?
No.
Isn't it bad if it takes hits then?
No.
Before needing to recharge. Oh, I don't know.
It's fine.
Okay. Come in here. Oh yeah. Let's go. That sounds weird. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it like that, bro. I'm talking to the slimes. I'm sorry. It might be the music video version. Oh, okay. I can't even hear the music, to be honest. What? It's pretty loud. It's pretty good volume, I think, right? Guys, is it a decent volume? It might be your computer. I hope most of you can hear it, at least. Alright, we gotta build farms, bro. I honestly really like this game. I don't think it's the best stream game, but I think I'm gonna play it off stream. I like it. Oh! I always get confused with the buttons, though. Alright, there we go. Yes. Give me the cherries. The fruits. Sounds good to me. Oh, okay. Normally I use headphones. Oh. That's weird that you can't really hear it. Alright. the rocks should be better in here. Here, eat. Eat. Eat.
All the
Ah!
pink slimes.
The pink slimes are mad annoying, bro. Get out!
Yeah, throw him out then.
I can't, bro. He's ah!
You gotta throw him over the edge.
Oh my god, bro. Just get out. I thought they were cool, bro.
No.
They're mad annoying.
You gotta actually throw him off the edge, not just to the corner.
Um,
Or they'll keep coming back.
why are they able to get out? That's dumb.
It's because they're all jumping over their head to escape. Which is why you need the net.
Oh. So what's the point of the high walls?
Because you need the high walls to get the net.
It's like a 4 if your voice is a 10. Yeah, it's gonna be a little lower. So I could actually show you how it looks, guys. This is how loud the music is. This bar, and this is how I'm talking. I usually get around yellow. So I try to have it so the music doesn't overpower my voice. Yeah, these guys suck ass. I'm gonna throw them over the cliff. That's a good idea.
I'm gonna throw him over the cliff.
Hey, come eat. Eat. You eat fruit, bro. Come eat. Eat! Oh my god, bro. Okay. Can I sell? No, I can't. I can't just sell fruit. Damn it. Alright. I got a present for all of you losers.
Called water.
No, it's called... You're going over the edge. Do I need their slime things anymore? Like later
What
on?
slime things?
Like the ones that they make.
No.
Damn it.
They're really easy to find, so you don't really need them.
I kept them thinking I'm cool. Ethan, welcome back. It's kind of fun throwing them over. Google the amount of RAM. True. Alright, come over here. Get over here. I know that song. Alright, bro, they eat everything. They're mad annoying.
They actually do eat everything.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. That's why I'm like, they're mad annoying. Yeah, I'm getting them all out. Get out.
Which
Get
is good for when
sucked.
you're starting, but once you're
Well, it's only good for like the
starting
first
to get
10
all the good shit.
seconds. It's not good for that even that long, you know? Or maybe I still need them and I'm being dumb now. I don't know. It's a Dell. Dell might be okay. I need 5 more coins. Bro. Get out. 5 coins? Alright. Rocks.
Go grab one plort. One
Eat.
pink plort.
No, it's okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I should do that. My house smells so good. My uncle's making spaghetti. We didn't get Parmesan cheese and garlic. Oh, that sounds so good, bro.
Jelly.
I'm jelly. Yes, give me rocks. Oh, shit.
They don't have any brown shoes.
Eats. Give me that shit. Yes. Yes.
I gotta take my mask off.
If you have
'Cause
8
I'm
gigs of
leaving
rent.
this fucking gang.
Damn, you leaving the game? Gang?
Yes.
Why?
Two of them got banned for dumbass shit, and then they start complaining about it, and then more people get banned. So I'm not gonna get myself banned over them.
Smart, smart. All right, we got the this is going well. This is going well. Now I just need to make it for the tabbies and the phosphors. Rip garlic bread. True.
Phosphors would be your best bet because you can just feed the phosphors the rock ones.
And they turn into better stuff.
Yeah, because then you get double the amount of plorts from each one.
Oh.
You'll get phosphor slime and the rock one from one like vegetable or one fruit.
Oh, so let me just get the rocks in here.
You just breed them.
And I'll just put phosphorus in here for now.
Make them do the naughty naughty.
Naughty, naughty. They can't fly out, losers. It says I have to recharge the net, though, if it gets hit a couple of times.
Nah, it recharges itself.
Oh. That was bullshit. They bullshitted me, bro.
They
Why
bullshit.
why are they here?
Hmm?
Yeah, I would cover that in Parmesan cheese. Oh, I love garlic. I love Italian food, Ethan. All of that shit sounds so good. Give me carrots. Oh, yes! Give me your ass. Wait. Stop. No! You ate it, you piece of shit! Wait, give me it. Yes, I got
He's
a tabby
giving you a
plort.
piece of shit.
He is. But I want a tabby piece of shit. Oh, there's so many of you. What do I do, step bro? Do I
Let's
just...
go back to the ripped jeans.
I'm just gonna collect more carrots for now. Oh, I
Get
want to
rid
get
of
the
my soup.
flying ones. I only got one tabby. Wait, if I feed
Oh,
a
plus
tab...
ratio.
If I... if I feed a tabby plort to the flying ones... Is that good also?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do that. Eat.
It might not work though.
It worked. He turned into a big boy.
A big boy?
Yeah. What does big boy do again?
Gives you both.
Order these nuts. Hell yeah, Nathan. Good music.
You fuck. There's no good shirts, bro.
Bro.
I'm trying
You
to find a
ate
good
it, you
shirt.
piece. Good quote. I'm more of an Indian and Asian couple type person. Italian is only... Oh, cuisine. I was like, what? Couple? Italian's only good if it's spaghetti with garlic bread. Oh, it will. Unu.
Homemade garlic bread.
Quote 322. I like a lot of Italian food. I will say Indian food is mad good also. I'm not gonna lie.
Some of it.
Yeah.
Not all.
Like curry is really good, and like the spices are
Uh-huh.
really good. You don't like curry, Timmy?
No, I do. I said uh-huh.
Oh. Code 323. Go in there.
Well, 69.
69.
Yeah.
69. Eat the carrots.
Well, what's quote number 1?
Do it and see. Code 70. Nub. Sadistic. Quote number 1. Oh yeah, it was Martin's birthday. Technically, that's wrong. It was, Technically, it's wrong. It was, Martin's birthday beforehand, but we had to redo the quote system from YouTube to Twitch. So I put the quotes back. So it was actually before 2021. But that was one of the first quotes. Damn, it's been years, bro. Damn, that's crazy. Indian and Northern Thai. I don't know. What is Thai food? We gotta have it when Dinell comes. I feel like I've had it and people talk about it a lot. But what is it though?
It's Thai food.
Oh wow, thanks. Yeah, but what is it?
I don't know.
Oh. You've had Thai? Yeah, but have you had New Yorker Thai food? I'm just joking. I don't know. Oh, you've had Thai? Okay. No, I was just saying we gotta go in. Oh, what is this? The hell? Was that coins? Did I just...
Oh, it's a gold one.
Yeah, I think I got it. I have 100
No, you
coins. I didn't. Where'd it go?
You're supposed to shoot it with a carrot, and then you get its plort,
No.
and then
Like a gold
you
plort?
get $200.
Oh, whatever.
Just
Thai
200
drunken
bucks you missed out
noodles.
on.
Oh yeah, drunken. You see, if that was IRL money, I would be a little sadder, but even that's okay, because I miss out on real life money by not taking all these sponsored streams. Oh my god, this song's so good. Shookin'. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. No, give me
Life is fun.
Oh, I already had tabbies. Oops.
It's fantastic. You can touch my hair.
Nation, life is your
Anyway.
creation.
Did someone play that
I'm
song?
a Barbie girl. Yep. In Barbie
Oh, okay.
world. This is
I
my
was gonna say,
karaoke go
I,
to.
I remember the majority of the lyrics to that
Of
because they made
course,
us sing
bro.
it.
They did in school?
The Kermit, no, in game.
Oh.
The criminals were robbing a bank, and one of their demands for the hostage was for us to sing Barbie Girl.
Wait, I just realized your voice is doubling. Okay, it should be good now.
Double this, double that.
Double it. You can
Double
touch.
this, double that.
You can
Double
play.
this, double
You
that,
can say
double this, double that,
it's
double
always
this, that.
yours. We can order it mild. They do levels. Oh, I love spice and spicy. Let's go. Dino will get mild. I'll get spicy.
Ping's like, I like spicy. Remember that spicy noodles you ate?
Those are good.
You're
They
dying.
tasted good though. They had
You're
good flavor.
dying.
I did. I was, but I still liked it. I have a mad good place we can go. Hell yeah. They do levels? Oh, okay. For those who haven't checked out the spicy video, check it out. It's on the YouTube.
Oh my god.
This song beginning sounds weird. The song is weird. It is weird. I'm gonna unsub from you just so I'm ahead of you. Then I'll unsub from you, bro. Nah, we should be helping each other. No! Subscribe to me so Ethan doesn't pass my sub.
Imagine having a competition of subs, bro. You're weird.
What do you mean that's fun? Why are you so
Nah.
You're so racist, bro.
You know what's fun?
What?
Video games.
Yeah. This game is fun.
This
Eat.
game's not really
What? Then why'd you make me play it?
fun. Cause I thought you might find it fun.
Oh. That's so sweet. What is this?
I play it every once in a while, but like it's not a game I'd 100% go to.
Yo, Jared! Shit, then we'll be tired. You can't handle spice? I can't. I used to be able to. When I go with my one friend, he would get it crazy hot, and even that I would suffer through, but yeah. Yeah. Plus, it's good content if we stream it. I'm back from my focus mode. Hell yeah, welcome back. How was welcome back. Help me decide if I stream. I'm feeling impulsive, and I want to cook this bacon. I say stream yourself cooking bacon. That's what I say.
Facts.
Right? An adolescent in competition with a man in his 20s. Alright, bro. Whatever.
Imagine being 20 years old.
Gay frog. I'm not 20, so I can't imagine it. Are you home? Oh, yeah. Wait, so does that mean you're home? Let's go. House to myself? Let's go. Yeah, you should definitely stream then. I say stream if you're vibing with it.
You're home alone.
Wait, what'd you say to me?
Nothing.
I think what Bean said makes the most sense, actually. I think if you're vibing and you feel like you're okay with streaming, do it. But if not, then just like chill.
This cop did not just hit me going 150 and not fucking stop.
Yeah. I'm in my 70s. No, 60s is a good guess. 70s, though.
Oh, this motherfucker's lucky my fucking metal isn't running.
Janelle said go get Twitch Turbo. True. If you guys want to save money and live better Walmart, then you want to
Live better Walmart?
yes.
What
Then you
does
want
that mean?
I don't know. Oh, they don't eat vegetables. Shit. No wonder they're hungry. God damn it, bro.
The tabby one might.
Yeah, but the tabby one, I don't have a secure place for them yet. Ugh.
The one next to it, what do you mean?
But it's only one thing.
It doesn't need to be that tall for tabby.
Okay.
Only for the ones that fly.
They eat meat, bro. Oh my god.
You need chicken.
Oh, they eat chicken.
How
How about rocks? I think rocks eat cocks. Yeah, rocks eat vegetables. Bro, isn't a carrot a vegetable?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're good. Come here, Tabby.
So I said what's it called my
E.
Oh no, never mind.
I don't have 10 virtual bucks. Lol. Exclamation point turbo. I don't think I'll ever do that. Sorry for not answering the phone call. Yo. Aww.
Boiled.
I'm lagging.
Oh.
Thanks for the gifted sub, bro. Appreciate it.
That's so sweet of you. Bro, I'm gonna make like 20 alt accounts, pretend that they're different people, and then have you guys gift subs to them.
I feel like that some people do that, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
Janelle underscore
Don't
gigabyte.
do
thanks for the
that.
gifted
Janelle
sub.
underscore a subscription.
Oh shit.
Janelle underscore gigabyte gifted a tier.
2
Arigatou
gifted
gozaimasu.
subs?
120 gifted subs. Jesus. A carrot actually shares a common ancestor with Fun Guy. Really? Cool. There's just play and I love that artist. I gotta play music for you guys.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, nah.
It's tradition. Everyone wants to
Nah.
hear it. Hype train close. Everyone wants to hear it.
I don't think people want to hear
I
that.
think they do. They do. You guys want to hear it, right? Thank you for the gifted sub, Gene and Bean. Thank you for the gifted subs, yeah. Ooh-ha. That hurt a little.
This motherfucker hops in my car and tries to drive off with it. I'm shooting him.
Uh-oh. Play the guitar. I play. One more sub and I play piano again. Nah, I'm just joking. That's too much work. I have to set it all up and everything. None of them ate. Oh, bro. Give me the carrots. But if I leave the carrots in there, is that okay? I hope it's okay. Yo, what's up, Chris? Feeling sad because there's no more spaghetti. Is that the name of the song? Or are you feeling sad because there's no more spaghetti? Wait, I have fruit. I'm such a genius in video games. I could use this. Oh, this is a vegetable. Bro. Wait, are they all vegetables? They are. I need to go get more food. Thanks for the stretch. Nice shirt. Thank you. Bro, you should say nice jacket. You know where I got this jacket, guys? When I studied abroad in Japan. This is a Japanese jacket. Some of you guys know it. I showed you guys during the subathon that I got this. Yeah, I really like this jacket. I gotta wear more clothes like this. I don't know. Whoa, there's a bridge? Whoa, bridge to Terabithia. We'll check that out later. I can't be bothered. Come here. Yes, come here. Yes, get out of here. Give me everything you own. Yes, get out. So annoying, bro. Yes, get out. Get viewers, followers, and primes. True. These songs are such vibes. I'm so nostalgic. Hell yeah. If I have spaghetti, if you want some, come to Iowa. Bro, Iowa's mad far, bruh. Bruh.
Canada, bro.
Yeah, Canada's close. I'm on mobile,
Not
so
really.
thank you, Ethan, for saying it. Oh yeah, you messed up the exclamation point. Not really.
I'm like on the other side of the world.
Well, you are specifically, but other places in Canada aren't. Okay, sir.
Yeah, like Toronto.
Yeah. Ow, I'm gonna hit. Give me your soul. Give me your soul. Yes. Yes. There are so many. Oh, I need to get the chicken. I need to get chicken. Oh. The title works. You just need to do SR. Yeah. Thank you, Doctor. Iowa and New York are so far apart. What do you mean? Where is Love with a Ghost Gay Story? I don't even want to know what that is.
What?
I don't know.
Pink just said the big G word.
Gay? I can't say gay.
That's big G word.
Bro, what's wrong with saying gay, bro? What are
Nothing. Just fucking with you.
you? Ah! Move! Give me carrots. Yes. Oh, I'm liking this. Yes. Yes. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, I can't pick up the tabby slime. Oh, shit. Oh, depending on what they eat, they become like whiskers. And then if you feed them, they give 2 of it. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Holy shit, what the hell is this? Is that a strawberry?
Hello there.
Hey, don't eat my strawberry! Stop it! What am I gonna replace? You know what? Fuck it. Just eat the strawberry. God damn it. Oh, what's
Oh,
up?
shot at.
How you doing? It's just these cute songs. They make me happy. They make me sleepy. But they're nice songs. They're nice songs. How you doing, Oak? We're gonna play some Gartic later. But for now, we're chilling with Slime Ranchers. I feel like I missed a oh yeah, Iowa. How do I remember that you're from Iowa? You know? Oh, it turned into a cat. How do I remember Iowa? That feels so... Iowa? Like, I remember that butter is from Indiana, because Indian butter. And Katlynne. Boom! I remembered it. And then potatoes is doctor. Idaho. Iowa, Idaho, Indiana. They all sound so similar, bruh. Wait, what? What? Yo, Timmy.
What? What?
My flying guys died. What happened to them?
You didn't feed them in time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, sucks to suck, I guess. Wait. Oh, what do they eat? Vegetables. Okay, these guys are good. They eat carrots. I guess this is Tabby's now. Your eyebrows are back? Nice. This game is eh. I like it. But yeah, I don't think it's the best game for a stream. Whoa. So if I feed them rocks, they're like rock and they eat vegetables and meat. Oh, that's so good actually. Because I could just feed them carrots, which are easy to get. Pink, spell my name, go. Woo! I spelled it without even reading that chat. I'm sick to play Gartic tonight. Aw. That sucks. I hope we feel better soon, Oak. You're most definitely wrong about the 4 to 8 months. Maybe you have thin eyebrows. That's why. I don't know, man. I have very thick eyebrows. You like watching it? Let's go, Bean. Let's go. And I like playing it, so that's pretty nice. It's a good combination. All right, this is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna feed them carrots. Shit. And I'm gonna pick up the shit that they make. Stop! No! Go back in!
Yo, Bing.
What?
This guy said anyone takes my car, they're dead, and I fucking took his car and drove off.
They're gonna kill you. I like
No, I'm
watching
gonna
too.
throw it in the
It's
water.
chill. I'm happy you guys like it then. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I have thick eyebrows, but I'm glad to hear yours came back. I hope you feel better soon as well. Drink water and honey. Butter always says water and honey, especially honey. I mean, it's not a bad
Honey
thing.
bun.
All right, so I'm gonna put the slime here. The plorts. What if can the big ones become bigger?
No.
Or okay.
Maybe they can get.
I guess that's why you can only grab them.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I'm gonna give them all. Stones, and then I'm gonna give carrots. Oh, that's so annoying though. To try to get the plorts. Oh, I'm gonna die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you get the? Oh, you said you could automate it, right? I gotta find a way to automate it.
You gotta get the port collector and the food collector and the food thing.
I gotta get the port collector and the food thing. Okay, let me get the port collector first. It is important. Dehydrated person. I think most of us are dehydrated. Vacuum up 2 types of plorts, depositing them into a storage tank. Ah, this costs 500. All right, I'm gonna need to get. Give me this. Give me this.
Fucking pull this clip up, bro, but it ain't loading.
Go back in. Bro, how am I supposed to go in? Let's go. Bro, they're crazy, bro. Oh my god. Okay. Somehow I got some. Okay, good, 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 good. Thanks for the hydrate.
I'm saving that clip and I'm fucking sending that to someone.
Yeah, that does sound funny. Send it on the Discord. I want to see it. I guess.
I got you.
What was I gonna say? Me daily. Yeah, It's definitely still good advice to give, though. I think. I'm trying to drink more water. I found out that having. Look at this. I found out I have to drink these 3 things every day to have enough water. So far, I drank like not even one. Nice shirt. Thank you again, bro. Thank you. It is a nice shirt, bro. It's a sexy shirt. Get up and drink water, Bean. Come on. What about drinking honey? No. What's wrong with that, huh?
Drinking water.
Yeah, kind of cringe actually. I was joking. All right, this is where the silo comes in. I should have extra shit in here. I do. All right, let's get all the plorts to sell. How old are you again? Wow, you don't remember, bro?
He's like 25.
Damn, I am 25. Damn. I never drink water? That's not good, bro. You gotta drink water. I watch one streamer and I've started hydrating when she drinks water. Let's go. Start hydrating when I drink also. Yeah, if your kidneys aren't failing from overhydration, then you're not drinking enough. I agree with Doctor. I knew it. Well, you should have guessed first. Because now I don't know if you knew it. Guys, guess how old liquid it is. Alright, I'm gonna buy the port collector. Look at these muscles, bro. This is the muscles you get when you turn 25. Alright, so these guys have enough, I guess. Let me get more carrots. I don't have my water with me right now. Oh. 6? No, don't do it. Oh, okay, fine. 52. One of you is closer than the other. So, yeah. When people don't drink a lot, nub. True. I gotta drink more. Well, not alcohol, but, I mean, maybe alcohol. Damn, they go crazy for carrots, bro. Wait, so it says it automatically collects. Is it gonna actually go to the silo and place it in there? I don't see it. Bro, it didn't collect anything. A plort collector will vacuum up 2 types of plorts. Oh, it's probably surround. Oh, here it is. Oh, that's sick. That is so cool. You're 4 years old? Nice. I just clicked a random number on my keyboard, not gonna lie. 8652. Well, he said not to do it, so I'm not gonna say how old he is. He's older than 6, though, I think. Why don't you drink a gallon of water? Because drinking a lot of water at once is probably not good for you either. I don't know. Alright, let's get all these guys in here. And let's put them all in here. I think they eat carrots. No. Then I gotta give them stone. What if I give them this? What if I give them this one? Are they gonna eat that? Oh, he ate it. Oh, they just become a bigger version again. Okay. Eat it. They have mad food in there. I went with a gut feeling. You can tell I'm 4 because of the drawings. Then I would be 3, bro. My toxic trait is reporting any account that makes a joke about being too young for Twitch and using it as evidence. Good. Good modding. I drink 6 gallons a day. Do you actually? Jesus. Drinking a little less than a gallon in a short period of time can cause issues. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't think they would believe I'm 4. Wait, are we not talking about mental age, though? We're not talking about mental age. Set a 30-minute timer for me. I'm lazy. Okay. Hey, Siri. Doo-doo. Set a 30-minute timer for me. Okay, master. All right, you're good. Where's my clock? Hey, you misheard me. Bro, these songs make me want to fall asleep. But it's okay. All right, what do we need to do now? We need to explore more. Look how much shit we got. Thank you, Pang. You're welcome.
If you see one of those big slimes, feed it, you'll get a key, and then you can open a different door to another place.
What if I don't want to feed it?
Then you won't be able to advance.
What if I don't want to advance?
Then the game will get boring.
What if okay. Back with 3 gallons. Nice. I gotta get food. Oh, I got chicken. Let's go. Get out. Give me your plorts. Yes, blue. Get out. Blue plorts. No, you just turned. Like they're freaking zombies. Yes, give me food. Give me food. Give me food. What the hell is this? Whoa. Get out. Wait. What do I get rid of? Bro, these guys are mad annoying. Get out. No, he ate it. Oh, was that just a rock? Oh, it was a rock. God damn it. I thought it was specialer. Oh. Oh shit, they're mad, bro. What the hell? Holy shit. Here, eat some of your own shit. I chose the wrong name for the song. Oh. That's funny. Yes. Give me you. Alright. Wait, how long does it take for them to get... It seems like they disappear and die quickly.
Yeah, if you don't have the solar thing too, I think that might be the problem.
Oh, that makes sense, because in the
solar.
daytime... That's probably why they died. Because they're night bots or whatever, you know what I mean?
You nightbot.
Yeah, like the thing. Eat it. I'm gonna eat everything. I'm gonna light a strawberry candle. Nice. Nier is not even a good character though. Who's Nier? Oh shit, they're hungry. Bro, you guys gotta chill, bro. I don't got food for days, bro. Like, damn.
You got 17. You got food. You just
They
got
don't.
way too many in that one.
No, they don't eat this, bro.
What do they eat?
They eat vegetables. They don't eat fruits. I thought you'd know that. Damn, kind of cringe. They don't eat fruits. What do I do with the
server I'm playing on crashes every 2 seconds, man. How am I supposed to remember that?
Okay, it's
Why isn't
okay.
that growing? Oh, you should get a sprinkler on your food plot.
Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna get everything. I'm a god gamer.
No,
I know. I'm a god gamer. I know what I'm doing.
You're a god gamer, but you don't know what you're doing.
I'm a god. Oh, thank you. I'm a god gamer,
I'll
and okay, bye.
You stinky butt.
What the hell? I'm a god gamer, and I know what I'm doing. He doesn't know what he's talking about. No. God damn it. Put the carrots in. I'm in a really good mood today. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna take a nap. Take a nap? Alright, take a nap, bro. I hope you feel better. Thanks for popping in. Maybe join in later for Gartic if you feel better. And you want to play. I know you like Gartic. Let's go sell our ports. Oh, yeah. That sounded weird. And then we're going to get more ports, and we're going to have more money. And with money, you could do anything in the world, okay? You could become a streamer like me. That was a very dumb thing to say. So I'm going to pick up all of this stuff. Wait, isn't there supposed to be 2 types of ore? Oh, here it is. I'm going to pick up these nuts. And then we're going to... Oh, we're getting a phone call. Oh, he needs hearts and oh, we don't have strawberries. Well, sucks to suck. Now we're going to sell all this shit for thousands of dollars. Jinx. Jinx indeed. You know, don't you think 2 doors is excessive? It's the right amount. Minecraft? Oh, look how much money we have. All right. Let's have an auto feeder. So it automatically feeds. And a music box, because I don't know. Bro, the game lagged, bro. The game's lagging. Okay. So I need to put food in here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this guy and yeet him. Because who cares about that guy, right? And then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna bring I like this song, sounds nice. We're gonna go and we're going to... What did I want to do? Oh yeah, get carrots, because this carrot's taking forever. I could also buy stuff here, a sprinkler and stuff to make it grow faster. So I think that's gonna be our next objective. To just have one farm, you know? That's good. He knows, he does. Of course I know. I know everything and I see everything. I see things. What? Alright, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna collect this shit. There's actually not much there. Oh, we're just gonna throw it in there. And now we're gonna explore to basically get enough money to have an auto feeder. And then I think we should be Gucci. Run. And you get out. Alright, these guys suck pee-pee holes, so we're gonna ignore them. Hey, okay, we got some fruits. We don't need fruits for these, but we might need it for a different type, so we gotta collect it, you know? Gonna pick up more chicken. And one more thing we could pick up. Oh, I think we're gonna feed the thing here to get the key to move on with the game. It's been 2 hours? Damn, time flies when you're watching ping pong. That's the saying, right? Alright, so... How much do you eat, bro? Huh? You gonna eat a box? Holy shit, it actually ate a box. Bro, I've been lied to. There are no key, bro. There is no key. Oh, maybe eat chicken? You want chicken? You want slime? No, you don't want slime. Oh! Oh, that's the sun. That did nothing. We have to feed him so much, probably. Because of that, let's go over here. Oh, there's like a teleporter thing. Let's try to find some more stuff. So this is good. I mean, we already have tabby slimes. But we kind of don't at the same time, so... Okay, the rock stuff... We're getting the rock stuff pretty easily, so we could ignore that for now. I want to see what, like, new stuff we could get. And I want to get as many chicken as we can. So these guys... Oh yeah, we have them already. Let's... get inside, baby. Get inside, baby cheeks. Alright. I got the... I got the stupid regular ones by accident, too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot these losers out. What do? I have very negative feelings toward my niece. Do you know why you have those negative feelings? Oh, shit. How many do you have to feed him? I don't want to waste all my meat. Treasure pod. Oh, shit. Yes. You have to find ways to express anger or negative feelings that are like good ways. So like for me, or like, yeah, for me, if I get sad, I like to play guitar and it makes me feel better. Or like go on a walk. Probably distancing yourself from your niece, like going on a walk if you're getting too negative around her or something. Trying to breathe, like I think doing stuff like that would probably help. That would be my suggestion. Suggestion from the unlicensed Ping Pong Moosters. Wait, come here, chicken. Okay. I think I need to like breed a shit ton of chicken to make this happen. So we're gonna have to come back here. But it's cool. I think I've explored a good amount of the starting area. What the Oh, that scared me. Okay, these carrots are not ready. I still want to bring something else home. I feel like we don't have enough. And drink honey. Yes, and always remember to drink honey. No. No. Come here. No, where's the little guy? Did I suck on him? I think I sucked him up. We need these fruits. I don't think we need them now, but I think they'll come in handy later. I'm just gonna pretend that I'm not getting hit right now. Oh, that's a lot of fruits. Like an apple tree, but it's not. They're not apples. Come here. There we go. The more hens we have, the better. I don't know if we should explore this area yet. I feel like we don't need to. But I'm kind of curious what's in here. Oh, it's another key. Okay, so there's a couple keys on the island. Interesting. I might have to kill these guys later. They look evil. For now, I think we're okay, though. Yes, carrots.
Monkey do bad.
Wait, I can't pick up carrots.
Very bad.
Why does monkey do bad? Gio, what's up? How you doing, bro? We're just playing some Slime Rancher, and then we're gonna go to Gartic phone a little later. Okay, yeah, the carrots are ready. I'm gonna have to get them carrots. Oh, are they eating the carrots? I don't think so. Fruit smoothie has honey in it. At least that's how I make it. I feel like you make everything with honey. Did you make your bread with honey? Bro, look how much shit is there. Jesus. All right. So I think we made tabbies into this. I think what we need to do now is... Oh, they're all hungry. They eat vegetables. We have to go get carrots. And we have to put this in our silo. I didn't make honey buns? Oh, okay. Sumimasen. So, we're gonna take all the carrots we have here to feed. So that they don't die. Oh, no. We could put it in the auto feeder, actually. Since we just... No! That did not work. Is this not an auto feeder? Didn't we just buy an auto feeder? Oh, it's here. Okay, here it is. This is to make them grow slowly, I guess. We're gonna do slowly just because I think if they grow too fast, it's gonna be bad. Alright, now we could sell all this stuff too. I love this song. Actually, I think I'm gonna want to mix the tabbies with the phosphors. The only thing is we don't have that much money now, so I'm gonna sell everything we can. You tried that? Didn't work? You breathe in and out? Try meditating, try walking. Try finding something that releases negative emotions. Watching me. I don't know. That's important stuff, you know? Okay, these carrots are ready already. Oh, wait, I'm dumb. That was the next thing I wanted to do. Before doing anything else, I wanted to make sure the carrots were okay. All right, we're gonna activate it so it's faster. Since we have more carrots. She bugs me every time I'm doing that. Is there a way that you could like go to the bathroom and just, or like go somewhere to just chill a little bit, or maybe I have too many of these. I love it when I get to tell people who've never made bread how to make it. They don't understand putting sugar in bread. It's funny in my opinion. No, you can't. Unfortunately, in life, sometimes you have to deal with stuff that you don't want to deal with. What else can you do? I'm not sure, man. You can do some exercise. Maybe do some push-ups and that'll make you feel better. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay, I don't think we need a solar shield for these types. We have some money. Let's see if we can make this faster. Makes crop always yield maximum. There's a sprinkler. Okay, we can't afford any of this stuff yet. I would get this, but we don't have the stupid strawberries. Sugar and bread? my aunts, my mom, my sister, a lot of people in my family have made bread before. I feel like I've even made bread once or twice, but I could be wrong. No, they ate all the carrots. Damn. It's gotten to the point where I want to punch her in the face. Well, don't punch her in the face. That's the only thing I could tell you. You want to punch her in the face. What can you do to not punch her in the face? I think breathing is important. Honestly, I think breathing is one of the more important stuff. How old is your niece? Like, I think that stuff helps. Okay, I'm just gonna put the chicken in because I don't know what else to do here. Holy shit! The heck was that? Sugar helps activate the yeast. See, even I knew that. She's 13. Oh, she's around your age. But if she's 13 and bothering you, I don't know. I would say try breathing exercises, try getting to another room to be alone for a bit to cool off. That's like the biggest stuff that I feel like would help. I don't know. Anyone have suggestions in chat? Wakaranai. Bro, why are they all hungry? Aren't they getting feed by the auto feeder? Oh, some of them are. I'm so confused. Alright, we got a lot of this shit though. That's good. What about her bothers you, if you don't mind me asking? Oh yeah, that's a good point too. That's a great point, actually. Alright, we almost have enough. We could upgrade this a bit now. Makes crops always yield maximum amount. Making crops grow twice as fast. This keeps slimes away from it. Okay, keeping slimes away is very good, I think. And then we'll buy stuff to make it better. I love this song. She won't allow me to use the restroom. She'll just be at the door and keep talking and hitting the door. That does sound annoying. Just be like, I need to pee. I don't get it. Why doesn't she let you use the restroom? That's so weird. Yeah, are you close to her? Butter asking the good questions. Thinking about the times you drove in my car. Ooh, this gives 500 coins. That's a lot of coins for me. Drove you too far. And I'm thinking about the stuff that you made on my table. Oh, it's nighttime. So for nighttime, I'm actually going to go to sleep in the game this time. I'm not going to explore. Because I really want to get this carrots done. I want to get the carrot farm done. I also want to see if the carrots like change from when I go to sleep. So right now we're at 40 carrots in there. Let's see what happens after I go to sleep. A little. 13-year-old girls are the worst sometimes, but Butter's like, I remember that. It was not too long ago when I was a 13-year-old girl, and I was pretty annoying. Or Butter's like, I was never an annoying person. Oh my god. Okay, so it actually did. It went down to 28. Okay. It went down to 28. Why isn't it collecting these faster? That's kind of annoying. It only collected 3. Alright, I think 3 is enough for the carrot farm a little bit, though. And I told you that the love goes up and down. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. It's not collecting and feeding them as much as as it should. Oh, I have to press it to activate. Ah, so this is automated. But this one I have to press. Oh, okay. I can't imagine not being annoying. I don't think you're annoying, Bean. From what I know of you. Unless you're saying 13-year-old people, kids in general. Let's get the rest of the stuff here. There we go. No, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. All right. We can now put the rocks. Oh, this is a lot. This is going to give us a lot, I think. It gives you less and less based off how much you put in, though. That's interesting. She almost stabbed me and she hit me, and when I'm in my room, she won't stop yelling at my door saying one of our pets are gone. Are one of your pets gone? I can help because my brothers did the same thing pretty much. Your brothers tried to stab you? Jeez.
Huh?
We're talking about brothers and stabbing. I never had that experience.
My brother buys me stuff.
And I buy my brother stuff. I'm gonna go with this. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. I have the automatic feeder. The carrots have a sprinkler and a thing to keep away slimes. And yeah, things are looking pretty Gucci. No, thankfully. Okay, that's good. I also
There's
buy
too
my
many
brother's stuff. Nice.
Too many tabby rock slimes in that thing, by the way.
What do you mean? There could be too many?
Yeah, because then the ones on the top won't get fed.
Bro. Well, they'll just die then, no?
They'll turn into tars and eat the other ones.
That's a good point. They all look like they get their food, though. Oh, no, not that guy.
The ones on the top have are like dripping.
You're right. Wait. Alright. Whee! Is that gonna... That's not gonna go, is it? Get out! Get out of my house! Get out! Get out! Oh my god, they're godlike. Okay. Get out. There we go. Also, I'm back. Welcome back, Phoenix. How you doing? You guys are nice brothers. My brother beats me up. Yeah. I couldn't buy my brother something this year for his birthday. Like the first year, I didn't buy him something because I don't have money. But yeah, I don't stab him. I have relatives who have almost stabbed each other though, so
I just slap his ass every once in a while.
that's you slap your brother's ass.
Mhm.
Nice.
You don't?
Yeah, sometimes I guess. I don't do it that often. My cousin slaps his ass more.
Ooh.
Timmy, what's wrong with you, bro? Oh my god. Hey, I actually threw him in a different land. How many should I have then? So that they're not bunched up, yeah? Is there a way to make this wider? I'm guessing not, right? Timmy, is there a way to make the box wider?
No.
That's dumb. Damn it!
No.
I took the wrong guy. All right, go back in there. There we go. It is what it is. That's how I learned to fight because I copied him beating me up. Damn. I also slapped my brother's ass. He's got 2 rock solid butt cheeks. Nice.
Uh.
My brother does have like a big butt. Not gonna lie. Bigger than mine, if you guys could believe it.
Yo,
Alright.
Ping.
Yo.
Do you realize eventually you're gonna be going to that side where you're throwing all of those slimes?
Yeah, I know. So,
And they're all just gonna still be there?
yeah, that's fine.
Is it though?
Bro, I'm a pro gamer. Trust me. What are you doing,
Ooh, a free
step bro?
bike.
True.
Free bike.
What makes you have to
And
talk to her? I would avoid her for a while, ignore her until she does something physical again. I would fight back, but that's easy. I wouldn't fight back. I don't know. Just don't bother her, and then she will stop bothering you. That's what I did, and now my brother and I are close. I would say probably don't fight back. What am I doing?
Just ignore them. Tell your parents. Get them in trouble.
Yeah, tell family. Be like, bro, she's annoying me. What can I do? Like, can you take her away from me or
Jay's
something?
bullying me.
That might be the best thing to do. But I don't bother her. Yeah, she probably just wants your attention. What does she want to do? Try that. They did nothing. Oh, I fought back because he always choked me.
Oh, you're naughty, naughty.
You guys have some interesting. Well, I mean, I say it as if my family's perfect. We're not perfect. But one time
Some
when
are worse than others.
True. One time when I was on vacation, I got pissed off at my sister and I like hit her, but I didn't hit her hard. But I felt the anger inside of me, and like she saw that, and I just felt like shit. So I just it like clicked in my head that time, and I just stopped doing that. Cause it's especially when I was younger, it was much easier to get angry fast. Now, like, I don't really get genuinely angry as much. Like I grew up, but also I found more ways to deal with like anger and negative emotions, like playing the guitar or talking to
You gotta
people.
find something to distract yourself.
Yeah. Nothing I ask her and she's doing it for nothing. I think she's just bored and she wants to bother you maybe. I don't know. Sorry, my laptop died. No.
It's also
Welcome back.
fun to mess with your brothers and sisters.
Yeah. All right. Bro, they're all getting fed. You think this is okay? Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
they're
That
not
guy.
mad.
One of them is not. I mean, they end up getting down there, I feel like. I'll just
You
have
just
to
don't
keep.
want like too much, you know?
Yeah, I'll just have to keep an eye on it.
Which is kind of hard to do with how big the map is.
True. Straight up ad. You know what? We got some subs today. Let me gift you a sub, Nathan.
Don't gift him a sub.
Nathan's the only person I gift subs to on this channel.
You're wasting your own money.
But he's getting
He's
ads.
like, I have no money.
I don't.
And then you do that. Why you have no money?
I don't know. Your timer is at 1 minute 28 seconds. Jesus, look at that timing.
For what?
Butter asked me to do a timer. Don't give her a response and she'll get bored. I tried that, but she also got more violent. That's why she tried to stab me. Yeah. Bro. Your family did nothing. That's not good. Especially if you tell them, like, bro, like, she literally... I don't know.
Litter B.
I haven't given Nathan a sub in a long time. Plus, I feel like at the end of the day, I want to be the person who has the most gifted subs. Even though I'm
On
not.
there rapping.
I think that'll happen. If I become a big streamer, that'll happen for sure. I shouldn't say
How
for
big of
sure,
a streamer do you want to be?
but the bigger the better. I don't know. That's what she said.
Yo, Sushi Bukas?
Oh no, Nathan's not the only person I gave a sub to, but I feel like he hasn't been subbed in a while, and he comes through a lot. So Sushi Buku,
Sushi
they don't believe
Buku.
you. Ooh, try to record it if you can. That might be a little weird, but it might be worth it.
Yeah, just like hold your phone
No,
in your
seriously.
hand.
Yeah.
Report them to the cops if they're old enough to go
Oh,
to jail.
there's your alarm. There's your alarm, butter. Yeah, did they try to stab you, or did they just say, I will stab you? Not that that's much better, but... I mean, it is better than actually trying to, but...
Nathan, send them to the big place where if you drop the soap, it's no.
I don't think he could do that, though.
Well, I mean, if they're hitting you, it's child abuse.
But Nathan's also a child.
Is his
Or
brother
a
a child?
teenager. No, that's his niece, he said. That's 13. It's been 30 minutes, butter.
Then he'll go to juvie.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you, Ping. You're welcome, butter. Then she'll go to juvie. Yeah, but I'm sure he doesn't want her to go to juvie. Well, I don't know. My brother just chased me around the house with a knife to threaten me. Woo!
We're back.
Like jokingly, butter, or like seriously? Okay, we'll see you soon. Butter, I think it's been 30 minutes. Oh yeah, butter, by the way, it's been 30 minutes. Oh, this guy looks cool. We need to give him 4 phosphor slimes and 5 of those. I could actually do this one. What does it give? It gives 250 coins and chicken. Okay, this is good. This is good. The problem is phosphor ones get away pretty easily. So we're going to need to get an air net and higher walls, which we can't afford right now. Also, I wanted to get nutrient soil. Fuck it. We might do it later. He did it seriously? Jeez. If I do that, the family will blame me. Well, if you record it, Nathan, I think you should record it so you could show the proof, and they could do something about your niece. I think that might be the best thing to do. Oh, I wish I could sell the food in this game. I don't know. I don't know what to do with all this. Can I put hens in there? Probably not, right? Yeah. I love how I could suck them up in my vacuum, but I can't. I don't know. But I can't do that. Oh, wait. Let me go get the resources. I'm sorry. I really don't know how to help with the new info. Don't be sorry. You tried. They will still blame me because they're all stubborn. Oh. Yeah, but I feel like at that point, like, what else can you do? Like, if you show them that, like, and they still blame you, then just try to get as much distance away from her as you can. And try to get away from her as much as you can. That might be the best thing. I'm sorry, I haven't been in that situation exactly. So I don't know. I don't know. Alright. Finally, we have crops that are maxed out. So now we don't need to worry about that. But now we have to make money for this. To get phosphor to make the phosphor base essentially. Or I could just bring all these guys into there. And upgrade this. I don't know if an air net is needed for this.
For what?
For the big boys. Alright, let's go sleep. We live in same house. Oh. That sounds annoying. Oh, we're on day 8. This game is addicting. You were right, I do like it. We should have picked a game that you wanted to see me play. And that you thought I would like. Unless this was that
Yeah.
game.
I don't know. I just picked the game.
Okay. I mean, you pick what you pick, bro. You pick what you pick. Let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, this is a shortcut.
Where?
Oh, shit. He became bad boy. Over that hill, you could get to the other side faster.
I still haven't figured out how to open those
Clover.
pods thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But I need to unlock those, and they cost a lot. I need to make more. Oh, I need to get jetpacks and I don't know. I need to do a lot of stuff here. Get
You need
carrots.
jetpack.
I need to get more money.
Paku.
Nobody believes you.
Yep,
Honestly,
nobody believes you.
not me, Nathan. Honestly, Nathan, I don't know what you could do at this point. Anyone have? I don't know. I feel like 2 more years till I move to Colorado. Hope I don't get stabbed. Jesus. I hope you don't get stabbed too. I'll tell you that much. They'll believe you when you get stabbed, I guess. I would just try to keep my.
Believe you once you are dead.
Do you have a lock on your door?
That would suck if he doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the worst things. Why are these different types of chicken, bro? Oh, they are. Why? Oh, strawberry. I need strawberry.
The strawberries?
Yeah, I need strawberry. No. Stop! Don't steal my strawberry. Q-berry, sorry, whatever. It's pretty much a strawberry. My lock is old, so it can be forced open. Oh.
That's
I
what
would.
mine. If you pull the door handle upwards, it will open.
What I would
But
say, Nathan, is try to get a new lock. I think that's the best thing you could do now. Like, literally save up money from working. Or I don't know if you're working now, right? But try to save up money and just buy a new lock and replace it. Black Clover! It's only 1 Q-berry at a time. I need to make a farm of Q-berries. They seem rare.
not really useful.
Well, they're for the quest right now, so... aside from that, I guess... From what you're saying, they're not useful. My mask worked really well today. What do you mean? I'm going crazy. All right, you guys can stick it around here.
Hey yo.
Hey yo. Oh shit! No, you guys could. You said they can't get out, bro. They could get out. Holy.
There's a lot of them.
No, I don't think it matters. Look.
Oh yeah, they're just jumping out.
Give me yourself. Give me. Jesus. Hey, don't try to escape because you won't be able to. I think there's 19 we had. Skin mask? Oh, I thought you meant like a regular mask. I was like, okay. Like,
Okay, how close are you to that?
the lip
You need
mask?
3 more subs.
Yep. They're gonna escape. You were right, Phoenix. They did. Oh, that's awesome, Butter. Let's go. I'm trying to get the lock that
Go,
needs a
baby.
fingerprint. Oh, shit. That's intense, bro. Fingerprint lock? That's probably a lot of money. But if you could, I mean, that would be cool. All right, we got strawberries in there. Strawberry shortcake. You see, you need 5. Wait, you don't need strawberries for this. I'm a dumbass. I only have 1 minute left for it, though. Ugh, I'm such a dumbass. I should have done it. Whatever. It is what it is. What happened to all these carrots, bro? The heck? Hell yeah, Butter. Alright. Huh? Come here, Tabby. Alright. Let's put this shit in here. Carrots. Woo! Now we gotta pick up all this stuff. Oh, I think I must have clicked on it accidentally. All right, then we're gonna activate. Oh, look how much money that is. Hell yeah. I was scared. The thing is, the money is so much less now. It's kind of I guess it goes up the less you sell it. It definitely goes down the more you sell it, which is annoying. Woo! So we're gonna take all of these and sell it. And hopefully we'll have enough for the phosphorus slimes. I don't think... What? I don't think we'll have enough, though. Yeah, that doesn't look like enough money. Maybe I should explore different areas now. Nah, not yet. Alright, high walls. Airnet. I'm $2 off of an airnet. Are you serious? This collected nothing. Bro, they're hungry. Why aren't they getting fed? Feed them. Why are the carrots coming out, bro? That's what she said. Here you go. Activate. She tried to enter. Damn. That sounds annoying, bro. Yeah, are you nice to her? That's a good question. It's a good question. All right. This is the plan now. We're gonna get more to have the thing, so we could put tabby to have the net, so we could put tabby slimes in there, and then we're gonna make the tabby slimes bigger, and we're gonna try to autoimmune disease. What? We're gonna try to auto it like the other stuff is autoed. I wish we could sell carrots in this game. That would be cool. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. We have 7 plorts. That's 42 coins. It's actually quite a lot. I think it would be cool if we played Subnautica on stream. I don't know, man. Maybe one day. Subnautica is like, it's exploration like this, but it's it's kind of a scary game, bro. Why are they hungry? You're supposed to be eating a lot. You got 45 in there. Alright. I think we should be good with an airnet. And then we need a solar shield for the phosphorus slimes. But for now, we'll put these guys in here. And they eat meat. Oh, that's right. I was supposed to do this. Oh, we gotta make money to make sure that they're good. So I don't think anyone can reach them now, hopefully. The hens. Thing was thinking about me. Wait, how was I thinking about you? What'd I say? Oh, there's another call. Let's go. We have to do one of these. Chicken? Chickens. Oh, shit. Bro, we were just talking about you chickens, too. Damn. Alright, let's go get a chickens. Autoimmune disease because of my eye problems. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about you. I was definitely thinking about that 100%. Sorry, Butter. Yes, I was. I mean, yes, I was. 100%, 1,000%. All right, let's go get some chicken. Whoa, what's the black one? Oh, that's just a chicken. All right, come here, chicken. Chicken, huh? Was he eaten? I think the chicken got eaten. I don't think we need black chicken. Oh, it's a roostro. A rooster. I'm always in your mind? I wouldn't say always, but sometimes, yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Are you back in black? That was a lot of fruit.
Maybe.
Back in black. I hit the sack.
No way. These guys just added me and said, "Come play Terrace Simulator."
Bro, where are all the the chicken? You didn't say welcome back when I came back? Yeah, I did. I said what's up. I think. Oh,
Got
you're
you
saying to
back,
Nathan.
back again.
Welcome back, Nathan.
Psh, imagine me named Nathan.
Get out of here.
Psh,
I know, right? Wait, why get out of here? I need to find more thingies. Welcome back, Flaming. There you go. I
you
didn't.
missed an N there.
I'm
I
sorry.
think
You're good, Butter. Actually, you're not. They don't look as special now that I put them all in a cage.
Nathan's profile picture is ping pong masters with hair.
I know. You
You
think I
need to
wouldn't know
update
that?
that. You
Oh,
need
with
to
no
update it.
hair? I
Mhm.
mean, I hope my hair grows back fast, but yeah. He does need to update it. Wait, I can't pick up the blah. Where is he? Where is he? You
Did you
guys
feed
know?
that big tabby slime?
Huh?
Did you feed that big slime yet?
Here. This one? Here, he just died.
No, the big guy.
No, I did, but you have to feed him a lot, bro. I'm not feeding him now.
Bruh.
I fed him so much shit. I'm not wasting resources on
You'll
that.
make a lot more money.
I don't even know how much I have to feed him. I fed him already. Oh,
A
there's a box.
lot.
Exactly. That's dumb. I don't want to. I would rather. What is this? Oh. No, chicken. Whatever. Fuck you, chicken. I don't care. Janelle told me to log out. Now I'm back here. Damn, that's messed up. Welcome back. Your niece
Ornaments
is
don't
doing
do
it
anything, by
again.
the way.
Uh, I know, but they're ornaments. They look nice, okay? And this is LGBTQIA plus exclusive, so okay. I thought that was a cat right there. It's a rainbow one. It looks really cool, actually. Do you happen to buy? Yes, I did a 24-hour stream on.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I did a 24-hour stream on Brilliant Diamond. We beat it in 24 hours and like 20 minutes, and then I pretty much never touched the game after that. But I liked it. It's a good remake. Oh, I missed a bunch of messages. My bad. Am I clicking the wrong profile? I swear I'm clicking Butters. Wait, is it a thread? It's a thread. Dinell told me to log out. Now I'm back here. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I'm brain dead today. You're good. Mood. Stream has been playing the entire time though on my iPad. Let's go. Woo! Log back in. Woo! 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 All right, let's add this rainbow. Let's go. We got 2 ornaments now. Okay. How are they hungry, bro? Carrots. All right. Let's get all of these. So we can't feed these to them. Here. Here. So we're going to feed this to the system. The system. I love this song. And then the next thing we're going to do, meat. They need meat. We're going to give a rooster to someone. Damn, he ate that rooster like it was nothing, bro. Shimae Sora. Just going to shoot that in there. They don't eat fruit, unfortunately. Wait, hens eat meat? That doesn't make sense. I don't have these black hens. I had them before. I don't have them now. A song request. All right, let's put these fruits away. Damn it. I have to cycle to them. That's kind of annoying. We might need them later. I'm on my floor because my laptop's charging. Sag. Floor gang. PewDiePie. Floor gang. Y'all know that? Oh, look. They want to eat that. They want to eat the chicken. I need to make a chicken farm before having them, I think. So I'm gonna get all these guys back in. I don't want them to starve to death and then die. And then the chicken, I need to figure out. I need to get enough money for the chicken. Oh shit. The carrots are done. That's where it's from? Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah. Floor gang. Ceiling gang. Because he sat on his floor. I don't remember why he sat on his floor, but Okay, these guys are not as big of a money machine I hoped they would be. The Tabby Slams being neighbors to Chicken is a disaster. True. I mean, but they'll be locked in there. It's okay. They'll just be craving food the whole time. Thank you. That makes sense. You're welcome. YW, as the kids say. He sat on his floor because he had no chair in Japan. Oh, there you go. Hello, hello, chicken. Okay, I think... What is this reward? The heck? It's a program to get prestigious rewards. They don't serve any real purpose. Okay. It's good. I almost bought something there if I had money. Thank you, Pickles. Pickles. Oh, they're getting fed. Okay. Whoa, the carrots came back so quick too. Okay, they actually grow really fast, I guess. Well, I guess because it was overnight. I picked them overnight before I went to sleep. Okay. The carrot system is good. The carrot system is really good. We have enough carrots in the morning to feed them again. Alright, now we're gonna press enter. Let's go. Look at that pile up, baby. She punched a hole in my door. What the hell? Alright, bro. Your fam needs to deal with her, bro. Why did the prices keep going down? Is there a way to make the prices go back up? And I have 5 minutes for this, which I'm probably not gonna get done. Oh, this guy's hungry. Here's a carrot. Bro, they're hungry. Alright, let's get this. I'm really sorry. Yeah, that sucks. She comes here again, I'm beating her up. You might have to do that, bro. Just, yeah. Damn. That sounds terrible. Yelling might be best at first, yeah. Base Nathan? Like, unlike online, I'm chill in person. You do seem like you're, you get angry and stuff. Or it's not that you seem like, but the way you talk about stuff makes it seem like it sometimes. They grow in healthy hens. Hens will produce eggs twice as fast. Oh, okay. Good. We need eggs. Have you guys seen any eggs here? I don't see any eggs. Alright. Well, that should help. And then we need vitaminizer, which costs 500. You know what? We're gonna up this to making it faster. Ooh, this song sounds nice. Yell at her first, and if she does something else, I give you permission to beat her. I think I act the same online and in person. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much the same. I mean, sometimes I get mad, but I mean, that's everyone in life, you know? Who doesn't get mad? Yo, plorts are actually kind of good. Because they're so easy to collect, and they give you quite a bit of money. Me wins society. Oh, I should get the small hens. Wait, I should get the small hens. Fuck the carrots. Yes, gimme. We have a lot of carrots. We don't need more. It's okay. I have a habit of bottling my anger. If any of you do it, to stop. It's unhealthy. Yeah, it's not that good. I thought this was a turtle. Bottling anger is generally not that good. Oh. Yelling won't work because she and I were raised with yelling everywhere. Oh. Oh, the hens grow here. You might have to discipline her then. which sounds very sucky. What a serious conversation, and you just hear, "There's a party on this side. There's a party on this side." No, you ate my chicken. No wonder they're all chickadoos. Oh no, you didn't eat it. They keep getting eaten. Where are the special chicken? These are all regular chicken. Never mind. When there's a party on no side, I do that also. Work on it, it's really bad. Got it. Probably don't send her to a hospital. Do it gradually, you know? The first time, be like, you know, beat her up a little bit, you know? Don't actually beat her up. Maybe like, you know, just, you know? Not like, just like, See how she reacts. Try to like show her that, like, bro, stop doing this shit. Do it gradually if you're gonna do stuff like that. That's what I would say. Can, because I don't know how. You don't know how to do it gradually, or you don't know how to... Oh, the bottle the anger part, yeah. Yo, these are nice songs. Hideki Naganuma. Oh, it's Japanese, Phoenix? I'm punching her full force. Bruh. I would say not to, but I can't control your actions. Wait, isn't that an egg? Oh no, these are bugs. They eat the bugs, and then they make babies. Bro, how are the carrots not feeding them? I think you're gonna need to leave. Damn it. You're gonna need... Oh no, you're good. You're good, bro. My bad. Well, one of you is gonna need to leave, bro. It's you. You're too hungry. Get out. I just threw him. Alright, alright. Ooh, 13. Naganuma is a video game music composer? Oh, what games does he compose for? Or did he compose for? Selected Rancher? Oh, we didn't get any of them, so... Oh, I think I fed the rooster to someone. Okay, I could do the rest of that stuff, but I need to find a rooster. Okay. 700 coins. Damn, that's good. If she goes into a coma, oh well. I would say probably don't do that. Try to find better ways to deal with it. Like, coma maybe is too much, I think. Alright. I like how this is ready and I put no one in here. Wait, these guys should be able to go. These guys eat fruit. Oh, the reason I didn't put them is because they can't survive at nighttime. I need 425 for them. 425. Alright. Sell the pink ones to make the others go up. Oh, is that how it works? Oh. Oh, that might be... That makes sense, maybe. Jet Set Radio, Sonic Rush Adventure. Okay, I don't know a lot of those games, to be honest. But Sonic games, yeah? They're very catchy. I'll say that much. Alright. Let me feed these guys. Where'd they go? Oh, I'm a dumbass. They only survive at night. Bro, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm so dumb. People, I can't control my strength, so I won't know if I'm going full force till the second hit. You gotta learn how to control your strength, bro. You're the copy no jutsu. You could copy others who hit weaker, no? Let me put some of his Sonic music on. Do it. Pick a number from 1 to 10. 6.9. Alright. I don't know why I'm getting carrots. I have enough carrots. I sold more of these, though. I don't know if the pink plorts did anything, to be honest. Alright. We don't need more carrots. I say as I get the carrots. Fruits is good. I might have to grow a tree or something. Thank you. You're welcome. What is that for? Next track isn't Sonic. I'll put on the Sonic track next. Okay. Oldies but happies. I might copy stuff, but my strength is randomized. Oh. Oh. Monkey fast freeze. Monkey fresh beats. Monkey fresh beats. How do you get up there? Can I just climb it? Oh. Never mind. I'm good I made my storage personal storage more because there's a lot. 30 is quite a bit as of now. Okay. Get this. Wee! Wee! Okay, go eat that. I'll collect the rocks. Oh my god, they're so annoying. No! Give me rocks. Give me rocks. Give me cocks. What? What I should do second skincare wise? I chose the lip mask. Oh, that's ironic. Or whatever the word is. That's funny. Where they keep hitting me. They don't do much damage though. Ow. Oh. Ugh. Alright. This area doesn't give me much anymore. I think I need to explore more soon. Why'd I do all that if I'm not even... Okay. They're good for collecting. This gives some quick money. Sonic Rush. I think nighttime I'm gonna go for those guys again. And max out this. I gotta max this out. Oh no, I maxed it out. I'm dumb. I basically need to solar shield this. 425. So let's sell this shit. Next door from Sonic Rush. But nice. Alright. Let's sell this. It would be cool if we could sell these, but... These nuts? Are these guys all fed? They are. Okay, let's press this. Collect everything. There's only 6? Oh, they gotta eat more, bro. Alright. Let's sell this stuff. Will we get this done? I didn't see that rooster. I should go for the rooster. Okay, ping. 1 to 9. 7. That's such a common number. Everyone picks 7. But I just did it. 7. Or do I have to pick a different one? Okay, hell yeah, we got solar. Oh shit, that's sick. Okay, so we gotta go get stuff for... Thank you, you're welcome. We gotta get stuff for the... We gotta get a rooster, and we gotta get the night bots. Night slimes. This game is addicting. Hopefully it's okay to watch for most of y'all. Or to have in the background or whatever. Thank you. Yes. Get over here. Did they just... What the heck? No, I don't need you, regular rooster. No. I need special rooster. Special roost? Oh! This area has roosters, but they keep getting eaten. I don't know what I could do here. Also, I don't know if I could raise those particular roosters. I thought they were useless, but they're useful for quests. I'm gonna get more of these, so... Yes! Yes! Okay, 6 should be enough to start off with. Let's see. Like that, like that. I don't have access to that. Let's go. Oh, jumping doesn't take away the speed. All right. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put these guys in there. I don't think they'll die this time. Then I could feed them fruit. Yeah, they won't die in there. And I gotta get money to basically auto feed them. And then I gotta... I feel like there's not that many chicken here. I don't know. Then I gotta give them plorts. Wait. Oh no, I don't want to give them pink plorts. Pink plorts are the most useless so far. So we're gonna do two things now. We're gonna put all the pink plorts here, which were like nothing. And then we're gonna take all our carrots, which probably grew. They did not grow, I lied. And we're gonna head to sleep. Sleep time! Day 10, this is like the subathon. Oh. Alright, the carrots are getting less and less. But, oh my god, look at all these carrots. It makes... The carrot farm makes up for this, I think. Maybe I need to do another carrot farm. I'm not sure. But we should be okay for now with that. Let's see all of this shit. Oh, 17. That's so much. All right, since we already have rocks and we have tabbies, giving Pago makes sense. Oh my god, look at all this. But I'm not sure. Let's sell this shit first. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, we're definitely gonna have to make a garden with different food. Yeah, we're gonna make a garden. And we're gonna put Pago fruit in this one. Cause this is that's what they eat. Alright. I wanna see what happens if I give them this. What happens if I give them a rock? They become a rock. That makes sense. If I give them a tabby, they become a tabby. Fruit and meat, fruit and veggie. Oh. Right, they're gonna eat all that stuff. Let's get a plort collect. Oh, we don't have anything else. Shit. Alright, we're just gonna feed them here. Then we're gonna bring all of these in. And that should be good money. You punched her? What'd she do? Did she cry? Wait, that's only 19? Oh, you were right. If I give more of one, the others go down in price. Or go up in price. So maybe doing the sucky guys is the best thing. Or not the best thing, but... let's buy a music box. Okay, the next goal is to get this auto-fed. Wait, we don't even need meat then. Because these guys eat fruit. These eat meat. They're not gonna eat each other, right? Oh, he eats fruit and meat. I might need him in a different one. I don't know if I need this guy. Bye. That was mean. Alright. We might actually need these guys. I mean, they're so easy to collect. Alright. This is actually turning into a farm, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna press that. Sell all of these. What is this song, bro? We're gonna sell these, and then we're gonna get more of the regular ones to try to manipulate the stock prices. I think soon we're gonna play the game though. The game. Pink slime. Don't need you. Do need you though. Let's go look at the plorts. The game about garlic? Yep. I'm really tired, as I usually am for some reason, so I don't want to go too late to it, you know? I want to stack 30 pink plorts, though, so everything else could become more expensive. There we go. Hey, more carrots. I might make another carrot farm too. Probably won't recommend songs for a while. Well, so your playlist can play. Aw, that's so sweet. It's okay though. I'm good with songs. Yeah, these are all baby hens. I guess because the rest died. Sag. Don't eat him. I can't get the baby ones though. I wonder if the baby ones always grow to be the normal sized ones. Alright. Oh shit, it's a box. Oh. What the hell? I want a strawberry. I want strawberry. I want strawberry. Ah, you asshole. No. Yes, I got it. Bro, that shit is so rare. I mean, I could just make a farm with it. I already have one. I don't know why I wanted that one so bad, but I need specific. None of the ducks are here. Not ducks. What are they called? Whatever. Alright, let's go back. Run! Run! I definitely need more spots, though. I have a lot of fruits. Once we have enough food, the auto feeder should be good enough. I don't know if I should get... I feel like I should go get the other carrots. I want it to be completely self-sufficient over here. I might have too many of these guys, maybe. Because the carrots... I feel like they're running low, but it doesn't look like they are. I don't know. Okay, what's this? Eating carrots. Okay. We need 4 strawberries. I'm gonna start growing strawberries. Hey, this actually works. Alright, cool. I need to make another one for strawberries. Once I sell all these plorts. Yeah, this is a good song. This is my backup playlist. Your songs were cool too, though. I made like no money. Oh no, I did. I'm dumb. Alright, let's go here. Put the garden. Now we're gonna give Q berries. Yo, that's so cool. Literally just a freaking tree just sprouted. Okay. The trees are kind of all over the place. Cause I'm a dumbass, but it all looks okay. Paying 1 to 8? 1. Wait, can you tell me what 7 was? And what 1 is? Oh shit, this grows really fast. Or maybe not, I don't know. They're kind of annoying to suck up though. I think I'm gonna concentrate on getting jetpack and stuff soon. Oh, I don't even have space for this. Eat. No! Not you, you don't eat. Ah, bro. Get out of here. Oh yeah, they fly. I meant to give this to y'all. Okay, this is good though, cause this is right next to the farm. I could just do this and then pick it back up. You did it. The anime for the song is wild. What is the anime for this? Is it Full Metal? I can't like think about it right now. Why is there fruit here? Oh, my fruit came here. You're back? You punched her again? How did she respond? Oh yeah, my bad. 7 was just washing my face. Nice. 1 is moisturized. Nice. Oh, you showed me this. Holy shit! What the hell? Why'd they become bad? I fed them. No, I fed them. Stop! No! Yeah, no, they're gonna ruin everything. How do I get rid of them, bro? How do I get rid of them? Get out. No! Oh, my hard work. Shit. I need water. How the hell do I get water, bro? I don't have enough money for this water shit. No, it's over, bro. They're dead. It's over. God damn it, bro. Get out! Get out! Oh my god. I don't have water. Bro, if they get rid of my chicken, bro. Get out. God damn it. They destroyed everything. Oh my god, bro. They literally took everything. Thanks for the hydrate. Ugh. Oh, they just explode? Okay, at least I don't need to, like, clean up. That's so annoying, man. I'm gonna save some so I could feed. So I'm gonna hydrate in a second. I'm sorry. There's no space in the silo. Are you serious? Everything is dead. Bro. Get out of my face. Sorry about that. It's okay. I played bad. That's my bad. Just die, bro. You're the last one. Die already. At least they can't get to my chicken. My chicken survived. Alright. Just put all this back while I hydrate. What can I take out here? You know what? Let's take this out and let's put the rock stuff there. Oh, that's annoying though. The phosphor ones were expensive too. At least I can make some money from this. I should have waited before doing it. I'm not gonna put all of them. I'm gonna keep 2 for the silo. I don't know what to replace though. Damn it. I feel like I'm just gonna replace this. I don't know what these are just vegetables. They're not special. I'm already growing carrots. Jesus, how many times are you punching her, bruh? Sheesh. Oh shit, we have a good amount in here though, which is good. Heartbeats. What is... Oh, that's how it works. Alright, let's turn this off. Because there's nothing to feed. I don't even know what to do with the heartbeats. I'm just gonna throw them all in here. I'm gonna bring the carrots in. Gonna put the carrots back in. Let's just clean up a bit. 2 punches for every time she bugs me. Does she not cry? Well, like, what does she do? You punch her, and then what does she do? Alright, let's put these in here. Yeah, this could have been worse. We're still Gucci, though. We still have a lot of shit, so that's good. And we have the chicken. We have a carrot farm that's going well. We got these farms. We somehow got 1 phosphor slime. And now we got the berries also. These berries were annoying to get, so I think she's holding it in. Oh, okay. I give her 6 liver punches. Damn. And she's just like still annoying you. She should stop, I agree. I mean, I don't know the details, but sounds like it. Oh my god, I'm finally gonna get one. After all this shit, after me messing up everything. After all of this, I'm actually gonna get something done. Let's go! That's a lot of coins. Alright, let's get the hens in first. Yes! Our hen farm is looking like something. Let's get pink plorts that we get rid of over here. Man, I mean, deserved, true. If she don't, then the next two are going to her face. Tell her that. That's so bad, like... Why doesn't she stop, bruh? Okay, tabby ports are good to have too. I don't need all these berries anymore, though. So they're just gonna be here. Q berries, oh, vegetables and fruits together. Okay, I have a lot of money in the game. Maybe I need a water tank. Oh. Tank booster. Tank booster, I could get 40 things. That's good. 3. You feel some of the anger gone? That's good. I'm gonna get this. Okay. Yes! Okay, we have water now. Is this infinite? It doesn't look like it's infinite. It looks like I need to collect water. So that's what a pond could be for. Okay. Do I want to make a pond just for water? Is it like unlimited water? Oh shit, it is. Okay, that's pretty good. It's okay for women to hit men because I don't think anyone said it's okay. All right. Go to activate. We're gonna have to get all these freaking Pokemon back. What do these guys like again? Meat? Well, you're not gonna have meat. You're gonna die in there. We're gonna go get, what are we gonna get? We're gonna get a shit ton of these guys again, that's for sure. Thank you. Pink slimes can eat my butthole. Thank you. Oh my god, I already caught a bunch of them. And we gotta get... Plorts. They're shit. That's easy. Vitamins. Pink's controlling my nighttime routine. I'm sorry. What's the objective? I think it's to explore the game and like... I don't know, this is my first time playing it. And to... like, beat it. Like, you could explore a lot of the game. Like, you could look... like... once I have enough money, I could unlock, like, different areas to get different... Why are they attacking me so much? To get different shit. What happens if I just spray? Oops. What happens if I just spray them? You're just like an angel. That is not what I meant to do. But can I get unlimited water from this? Okay, I can. 1 to 6. 2. For those wondering what the numbers are, Butter is doing health skincare routine based off the numbers picked. So pick your numbers. Fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm not a creep, guys. How long does it take the energy to come back? There we go. I do an ear. Yeah, numbers are for health or skincare routine. Okay, they eat meat. So what we're gonna do now is give rock. Because when they're rocks, they eat vegetables and meat. So if they all eat rocks, then they all eat cocks. What? If they all eat rocks, then I could give them more carrots. You see? If I give them carrots, then they could shit out. They could shit out these things. If they shit out these things, then I could sell them for money. You choose. Oh, I chose eye drops. Nice, nice. Well, aren't you gonna go through everything eventually? Loading market prices. Oh, did it change? Alright, we're gonna do these. We're gonna do these. Widow. Yeah, so they should be getting fed. And the carrots didn't come in yet. These guys don't look like they're getting... they eat meat. Wait, what do they eat then if they eat meat? I'm so confused. It's just something fun? Yeah, it does sound fun. Alright, this is growing that. I have that. Oh yeah, I should put the phosphor guys. But I have to give them fruit. Hey, how'd you get out? The hell? I have to give fruit. So I need to make sure I have enough fruit at all times. Where the hell is my fruit? Oh, it's in the silo. Is this a fruit? This is a fruit. Let's go. I have 60. There we go. So here, we could go here. Shoot these guys in. Then, give it an auto feeder. Okay. Then, for the auto feeder, go here and put the food that's going to feed them. And then, halfway down, let's go 2. Press E to activate. So now these guys are getting fed a shit ton of food. I'm actually going to slow that down because they have this food. Look at these muscles, bro. Hell yeah. How you doing, Chimmy? Chimichangas, how was it, bro? Did you enjoy? Did you enjoy? All together. Alright, I still need more money for this, though. So they eat fruit. We're just gonna leave them on fruit for now. I don't know why they're not eating this shit. I guess they only eat carrots? I don't get it. Hey, hats off to me. Thank you. Wait, I'm actually gonna make this too. We don't have enough carrots. This is my command. Not skincare, but he chose room fragrance mist. Oh, that stuff does smell good. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Wait, is this where that's from? I love this song. I forgot where maybe that's where I heard it from. 2. Alright. Wait, where the hell did that guy come from? Oh, I guess he never... Alright, so that's at 24. These guys look good. We need enough to activate their shit like easily. 2 again. Yeah. What's wrong with 2? Woo! It was legit. Spend the day at Huntington Dog Beach. The pup got to run around. Went to a dog-friendly restaurant. Oh, that's awesome. And got ice cream. Hell yeah. Nail strengthener. Oh, very nice. Okay, I think I screwed this up. I don't think these guys are getting fed at all. I think these hens are just here. Because I don't see more of them. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to put the carrots in here. Okay, second thing we're going to do, we're going to sell all this shit and hope it's enough money. It's giving a lot. Look at that. Oh, look at that money, Raza. We already came back. Alright. I think this guy belongs in there. Third thing we're gonna do is spend this money to automatically collect here. So now we have 2 automatic collectors. And if we press this button, boom! Look at all this shit. We got 12 of them. Now, I don't want to feed them to these guys, because I think it's different shit. And this only collects 2 things. Yeah, it doesn't collect these. So I'm gonna need to feed. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sell these, I guess. Forgot to mention the instas of the doggo. The insta link didn't work, but that's cool. It didn't work. Oh, did not mean to do that. We'll put the fruits back in there. Gonna make this. I think the next goal might be to make this better. The fruit trees to grow faster. That might be the next thing we do. But I think we're gonna stop playing this game for now. We've been playing 3.5 hours. Pretty fun, but I feel like to get to the next stage in the game, I gotta grind a bit more, and we've been grinding a lot already. And they ate a chicken. Great. So yeah. You love dog photos? This includes filing them? Nice. I used to file my nails when I used to play classical guitar. Because like for classical guitar, you gotta file your nails. That was such a good explanation. Because you need long fingernails on one nail to make the sound nicer. Oh, okay. Let's pick up all the stuff we can. I feel like we have so many fruits already. I don't know how many more we need. We'll pick up the little chicken, though, to raise them. Ugh, I should have figured out how to get the bigger chicken, but whatever. Ow. Oh! Damn! You did end up streaming. Hell yeah! I didn't even realize. Thanks for the raid, bro. Trisket raid! Yeah, you sent the link, but that link didn't work.
Try and fuck a 13-year-old, but I'm not no fucking creepy.
Whoa, fuck a 13-year-old. Funny slime game, true. Welcome, people of... Hey, Bully Bamari, what's up? Welcome, people of Jared's stream. Did you indeed make the bacon? How did my name come to pink? Or Babuli Bamari?
Hello there.
Oh, Babuli Bamari. Struggling? Thanks for the follow, Sindlin. I appreciate it. That was an amazing clip. Jimmy, what's up? We're just playing this game. And we're gonna go play... We're gonna play Gartic phone soon, actually. So if you guys want to stick around for that, you can. Well, wait, let me see. What did the shoutout say? You were enjoying food and drink. Also, you were cooking. Hell yeah, baby. Let me change name on Twitch. Jimmy Chungus and your boy Chimmy. True. I confirm their ability, in fact. Oh, we make money in game. Actually, let's go to Gartic right now with the good vibes. For those that want to know what we do here, we're going to be playing a lot of Pokemon soon. Going to start Nuzlocking tomorrow, which is like playing Pokemon, but it's a hard version. And we do variety, like this game and a lot of community games, Fall Guys, stuff like that. Ugh. And you guys could song request music usually on stream. So that's cool. Jared, how's the stream? How was stream? There we go. Here's the link for anyone who'd like to join. Sorry if I seem a bit low energy. I just a little tired. Let me change the category. Gartic phone. Stream went well, eating as we speak. Nice. Gotta put gear back as well, but yeah, shit was fun. Definitely want to do more. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Confirm. Shut up, Jimmy. What day many word when few word do trick? True. Few word do trick, so many word necessary not. Sound like Yoda. Gonna head out for the night. All right, see you, Phoenix. Thanks for popping in. Bye-bye. And I hope you have a great one, bro. I liked the music you played. I liked the Sonic music. And the Japanese music composer guy. Hope you have a good one. Jared made me so hungry. I came back from making a grilled cheese. I'm happy I didn't watch then. I would have been super hungry. Oh, there we go. Boom. We got Butter, Jimmy, and Ping Pong Moosters for some Gartic. I'm also just gonna message the Discord. See if anyone on Discord wants to do Gartic. Where is it? Where is it? Community games. I can't find it. There it is. Community games, Gartic. For those wondering, you could join the Discord to get pinged on when we play Gartic and stuff like that. And we save almost all of the Gartic drawings. So we have quite a bit. I wonder if the Discord server is going to be like, you have too many gigs of content here. But you know, people make some cool stuff sometimes. And sometimes not so cool things. Like this is cool, but yeah. All right, hey Cortez, what's up? We got Cortez, Piantissimo, Jimmy, Butter, me. You're gonna head out. Oh, I read that twice. Is this a fast version of the song?
Hello there.
How you doing, Cortez? What's up? I'm so super tired. I slept for 1 hour last night because I was talking on Discord with peeps, and I had to go to the cemetery this morning for a Jewish holiday thing, and then I slept for a couple hours in the afternoon. It's been a weird day. Oh, this water smells weird. Or maybe I smell weird. I came on Discord late last night and you were muted. Yeah, because I was probably sleeping, bro. I was on until like 5 or 6 a.m. So you probably came really late. Or you came when I was eating food and I left for a bit. And then I came back. That could have been a possibility. Only 4 people for Gartic? I thought more people wanted to play Gartic, but that's fine. We could start with 4 people. Let's do some normal. I'll give it like 10 more seconds. This is the link for anyone who wants to join. It's basically a drawing game. It's pretty fun. It was 11-ish, so you might have been eating. Yeah. I probably just ended stream and went to eat. So usually after stream, I eat for like an hour or 2, and then I come back to the Discord. Thanks for the follow, Henshin. Sounds like Genshin Impact. Appreciate it. Arigatou gozaimasu. All right, let's start. I'll give 10 more seconds for anyone who wants to join. Link is above. 5, 4, 3, start. Oh. Gerardo, I gotta play a game with you sometime soon. And Jimmy. Jimmy, are you almost done with the short film? I always make it so weird. I always make it subject, verb, noun. I don't do this. You should go back and play Beautiful Joe. I should go back and play Genshin. I confused. I used to play Genshin. Barbecue sauce on my titties, baby. Oh, I should have gone like this. I messed it up. I'm sorry. We wrapped filming 2 days ago. Yeah, I know, but how's editing going? We talked about when you wrapped it up, I'm pretty sure. I'm so tired for this game. Boom. And this is how butter looks. I saw a picture of butter. What the hell did I just draw? Oh, I'm so bad. I need a. I was about to press Control Z. I'm offended and I am confused. But that is a good emote. Beautiful Joe. What does Beautiful Joe mean? Wait, what am I doing? I could just write butter. Editing his bitch. Spent 10 hours straight. Damn, on 2 scenes? Oh, it's probably gonna look amazing then. I know you're not hyping it up as much as you could be, but meaning like you're downplaying it for yourself. But I think it's gonna be amazing. 10 hours on 5 hours for 1 scene. That's pretty crazy.